Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Reel Debaters podcast. I'm Michael Petrow. Hello, listener. This week on the show, you got Charles Fernandes, Martin Navarro, Jimmy Skinner, and myself debating a fan casting of the 1993 horror comedy, The Leprechaun, starring Jennifer Aniston and Warwick Davis, and a bunch of people I don't know. This, if you haven't heard our fan castings before, each of us throw our pick into the hat of what a small plot should be, who the director should be, the main above-the-line cast, and a soundtrack for a movie that should be remade, could be remade, is being made. This is our fan casting debate for you, ladies and gentlemen. So that's who's on the show. That is what is on the show this week. Events and housekeeping, pretty simple stuff. April 27th, Little Brown Jug, 336 William Avenue in Winnipeg. We'll be doing a trivia night. 3 rounds of trivia, general movie knowledge trivia. Nothing complicated. Your grandma could do this trivia. This isn't for like the Jeopardy champion of cinema. So 3 rounds. Teams of 4. Tickets on sale right now on Eventbrite, on your phone if it's on an app, on a website if it's on your computer, obviously. And buy the tickets. They're $5 each, and there's only 60 of them. So we want to see you there. It's going to be a lot of fun. This isn't your standard trivia night. There's a little bit of a production budget involved in this. We'll have clips. We'll have scenes. We'll have possibly some horrible impressions from your cast here at the show. It'll be a lot of fun. And there's like delicious beer to be had too. So beer, movie trivia, cheap tickets in Winnipeg, April 27th, 7 to 9 p.m., 336 William Avenue. Buy them now before you have FOMO, because FOMO sucks when you hear about this and we talk about it. And you're like, maybe I should have listened to those dudes. They might be fun. We're fun, if not anything else, we're fun. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I'll cue the reel, and you enjoy the show.
Let's tidy up this tangle of film by putting it on a reel. Here is a motion picture film, 1,000 feet, 16,000 separate photographs.
Welcome, everybody, to the official space section of the chart.
What's the truth? You can't handle the truth.
Sir, you're out of order.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Reel Debaters podcast. Welcome back to the show. Hello, listener. I am one of your favorite hosts, Michael Petrow. Sitting across from me is...
I'm Tits McGee, and next to me is... It's me, Mike Lindell from MyPillow, here to sponsor Reel Debaters.
Please don't. Please, we don't have the money to play with that guy.
My brand new pillow, you can use it as a wife after she leaves you for buying my pillows. Well, I learned Mike Lindell sounds exactly like Jesse the Body Ventura.
He does. Are you running for governor now?
It's the only one I can do.
Okay, that's really Jimmy, ladies and gentlemen. Just so we're clear.
Brought to you by MyPillow.
Where did Jimmy go?
Whoa.
And who's out in Vancouver?
San Diego, loosely translated, a whale's vagina.
Hello, Whale's Vagina. How you doing?
They got lots of whales in Vancouver.
Diego.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
You.
Have you been whale watching since you've been out there at all in your years in
I've
Vancouver?
seen like one on the ferry when I've gone to like Victoria and stuff.
Okay, so you haven't like specifically booked a whale watching excursion.
No, I just, why bother? Just go to the ferry. You'll likely see one. So
sadly being
I
chopped
get
up.
it.
In
I mean,
harbor.
why you gotta pay,
They
like,
swim?
Yeah.
I get it.
$100.
Yeah, no.
You're like I hate those companies who're like guaranteed to see wildlife, but that could be like a seagull. You know? It could be fucking anything.
But they're never this far out.
a seagull with like a 6-pack plastic rim around its head. Oh, that's reality.
Yeah.
Anyways, hello, listener. Welcome back to the show. We got a debate planned for you this week. This is in honor of St. Paddy's Day weekend, which we are recording on. It's the morning after. Did any of us go out last night at all in St. Paddy's?
Not at all. No.
I went to the Common yesterday at the Forks.
Okay,
That was fun.
Was it?
I didn't like go party or rage or anything.
Was it really green? Because you're green today with the.
Yeah, I tried pulling on some green. Yeah, actually, I was impressed. People
Yeah?
brought out the green. They had green. They didn't like do green dye, which I really appreciated.
No green beers?
But they had like the way they featured all their Irish was like the green on the menu. So anything that was
Nice.
green was like, okay, that's like a St. Paddy's themed one,
yeah.
whatever. But yeah, it was great. It was good.
Shout out to the Common for doing it right.
Yeah.
I just was like, I thought about it for a second. I was like, yeah, we'll go somewhere after work for a beer. And then I was like, no. Everybody's going to be taking like noon off, right? They're in
Too
the back.
much.
Yeah.
I've tried to like Guinness several times, and it just
Ugh, it's
doesn't
gross.
just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, I don't
Should
like
I be
like
drinking
Guinness?
it warm? Should I be drinking
Oh my
it warm?
gosh.
I'm not a Guinness
I think
fan.
you're just supposed to drink it with fries or something. Like I don't know. I think it's like chips and a
Haggis.
Guinness. Yeah.
That's the meal. It's the meal and the drink. You don't need anything else. You just need one can. You're good for food and drink.
That's why I like Caesars.
Guinness.
Caesars are
That's why I
the
like Caesars.
drink that keeps on snacking.
Yes.
for sure.
They make your butthole burn the next day, though.
But the reason we've told you it's St. Paddy's Day weekend is because Jimmy Jimmy caught word that Lionsgate Studio is rebooting, I guess.
Wait, is that actually true?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I made that up.
Oh, no, it's 100% true.
All right.
WWE films originally was going to do it with their. Oh man, they had.
did.
I can't.
The
they
Seamus
did.
guy?
They did.
They did
2018.
make it. Okay, so they did make it.
It's
okay.
real.
That's what he was talking to me about.
And
Not
then
Seamus.
Lionsgate.
Not Seamus. Hornswoggle.
Sorry,
That's his
yes,
name, yeah.
But Seamus
Yeah.
would make way more sense,
I guess
wouldn't
so.
he?
He's gigantic.
Well, okay, for the sure. Okay,
Everyone's
for
small in my hands. It's a twist.
it's from my perspective, not yours. But no, Lionsgate's actually doing it. I caught a news link for it.
Who knew?
That's so
I
funny.
didn't.
Nothing really released, just that it's on their slate and they plan on doing it. So you thought it would be fun to fan cast for this.
Yeah.
So now we're actually fan casting for a real thing instead of just fucking around.
Right.
Let's make this movie.
Who knew?
So that's what we're debating for you this week, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy has set it up where we are going to run through plots. We got a little small plot for you, and then we've got a director, and then we've got the cast, above the line, the majority.
We're going to do the soundtrack.
And we're going to do the soundtrack, exactly. And then whoever plot gets picked, that's the way we're leading this.
Yeah.
So we could be ill-prepared, we could be well-prepared, who fucking knows, but it's going to be a good goddamn time.
I tried to go, cast a wide net.
I did too. I've got I've got 2 or 3 per. Martin, you've got coverage on yours, I imagine, too?
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
I'll be good.
Says the guy who wins the majority of these. I'm not too concerned.
We'll see.
That being said, before we get into it, ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy, what do you got for comedy coming up?
Oh, we do these at the start now, don't
we do.
You can come see Laughs at Gaffs April 1st, April Fool's Day. It's a real show that's actually going to happen. It's not just a joke. Shows at 8, doors at 7. You're going to want to get there early. It fills up pretty fast. And then April 2nd is Comedy at the Limelight. That is the place that is attached to Juneberry. Come check that out. That'll be April 8th. It's corn dog themed comedy, so,
Are there going to be corn dogs?
I think so.
I said
So
there were on the post.
Finally, my hot dog blood is paying off. Who knew?
I would like real made corn dogs on the fly. I want a boiled hot dog, and then I want you to dunk it, and then I want you to fry it.
I think it's going to be Pogos.
okay.
Ooh, Pogos are so good.
They are. I got
Still
nothing
decent.
against pogos.
They have breakfast
some
Pogos.
mustard.
Really?
Yeah, breakfast Pogos.
Like what's like? Is
it's
it?
sausage.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is there eggs inside the little pastry?
There is eggs inside.
Oh, now
Yep.
you're talking. All right, so there you go. Do people need to message in advance or anything like that? If
Geez,
out of a courtesy.
If you, it wouldn't do anything.
Okay.
Just get there early if you want good seats. That's how I feel everything should just be. If you want to get there early and get good seats, if you want to be late and sit at the back, that's for you.
All right.
That's right.
Martin, what about you? What do you got coming up?
April 16th, we're back at Clue Club in Gastown doing our monthly comedy show. I haven't booked a headliner yet, but we will be this weekend, so we're going to be announcing the headliner this weekend. But it's going to be someone good.
And
So
they can
come out
follow
and-
Clue Club, right?
Follow Clue Club. We're going to announce it. If you want to reserve a spot, space is limited. We're probably going to sell this one out. I'm 99% sure we're going to sell it out before the show starts. So if you're walking, I would say very little chance to get a ticket.
You're walking out.
Unless someone cancels.
And are they still making those fucking delicious French fries that me and Jimmy got to try when we came to see you?
They are still making them. I had them on Thursday. I had a show in the area, and I stopped by for a drink and got some fries. So
Yeah.
the
no,
fries are delicious. They're better than McDonald's fries, but they're delicious.
Clue Club comedy.
If you live in Vancouver and you've never been, the fries are worth it, and the comedy will definitely keep you in the room. So yeah, and you can follow all that shit on the link in our bio. You can go to the link in our bio on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook.
Yeah.
And you can see Jimmy shit, Martin shit. So if you're in the area or going to be in the area, do that. For us as the show here in Winnipeg, April 27th.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw! Live from Little Brown Jug. We're doing our first round.
It's
of
trivia. It's a show.
It's gonna be something.
Movie trivia.
Movie trivia.
Spectacular.
General movie trivia. We have
Yes.
to
Yes.
emphasis on this. Anybody's trivia. You don't have to be like a true cinephile or
Yeah,
a
like-
hard in the paint fan to understand.
We're not going to
something.
be dicks. We're
Yeah.
not going to be like,
Yeah.
what's...
We'll have some doozies, but like the
yeah.
majority of this shit, one of your 4 teammates.
We're doing just the golden era of cinema.
Yeah.
Nothing before,
Film
nothing
noir.
after
Orson Welles. Who
1954.
is Orson Welles?
Yeah.
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 We're doing just Orson Welles trivia, actually. Yeah.
What
No,
weight
that
was
would
he
be
when
me.
he died, listener? That's the questions we're going to be asking.
What was
you.
the transformer he voiced
Damn it, Prime.
on his deathbed?
It's Omicron, right?
Unicron.
Unicron. That's it.
Unicron.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Omega Supreme.
Rosebud Prime.
so that's great, actually. April 27th, 7 to 9 p.m. Teams of 4 max. Tickets on sale right now, $5 each at Eventbrite. You can find them on the app or the website. There's only room for 60 of you. That is not a sales tactic. That is literally the capacity before the fire marshal
And we are at
shows up.
59 right now.
Exactly. Buy your tickets or tickets.
That's great.
And there'll be 3 rounds, and we're going to send you to the movies when you win. So 1 winner per round.
Get your prizes.
4 of you can go to the movies, and then you have to follow the Reel Debaters to win your prize. That's the only way you can. We need to see it on your
Oops.
Oops. Sorry. So that's April 27th. Buy your tickets and come drink delicious beer and win prizes.
And it's
Mike,
beautiful.
I have one more
too.
announcement.
Oh, you do? Okay, go ahead.
I will be in town in April in Winnipeg. I'll be doing the basement show, the Speakeasy basement show. Where's that, in the St. James area?
Yep.
On the 21st. So I'll be in town. If you want to see me do some comedy, I will be in town on the 21st.
Basement of the Hojos.
At the basement.
Yeah.
Hojo's,
It's a
yes,
lot better
that's
than the
it.
upstairs of the Hojos.
Yep.
The basement's the
I
cool
haven't been
part.
there yet, so I'm excited.
It's super classy. It's got an
It's
actual.
a nice spot.
Yeah.
Really cool spot.
It's my last day of school, and what better way to celebrate? So
really?
I'll be there.
Hell
I'm gonna
yeah.
be
And
real
then
drunk.
When do you have to?
Bring your tweed jacket, Charles. There's many leather-bound books.
Yeah.
You're going to need patches
You ate
on
the
those
whole
albums.
wheel of cheese? Not even mad.
I'm impressed. Anyways,
awesome.
let's crack into it here for listener.
yeah.
So step off this mortal coil and talk about what we watched this week. I'll go first. It's very quick. It's very entertaining, and you need to all go fucking watch it. Cocaine Bear is fan-fucking-tastic!
Oh, nice.
I
It
hear it
is good,
delivers
eh?
on everything it's promised.
Okay, so we open with actual footage of the event, which was
cool.
just a drug traffic gone wrong, and a bear did get cocaine. It got very sick. They had to put it down. That's the story.
That is much less hilarious.
It is.
He had a great time up until like maybe the last hour.
But here, I'm gonna explain who the Cocaine Bear is. Have you ever been to a house party where someone's on way too much coke?
yeah, I
Michael
definitely
Petrow.
experienced that.
There was a time when I was that
I would
guy.
describe you as Cocaine Bear.
Okay. Wow. Didn't see this coming.
Michael,
So,
Cocaine Bear.
the last time you saw me at a party, Martin, where I was on too much cocaine, no, the bear wants coke.
Right.
The
Yeah,
bear
it's
is a
hungry.
fiend for coke. And then the cubs want coke. And everybody in the movie wants coke at some point.
That's great.
Even the kids want coke.
Oh, yeah.
This movie doesn't take itself too seriously. It's over the top funny. The kill sequence is like very G at the beginning and then goes to like double X rated at the end. Jesse Tyler Ferguson does a quick guest spot in it from Modern Family.
that's
Weird.
His kill is my favorite. It's a tree kill that ends up with him falling on his head.
Oh, is that those dumbasses that are like, they can't climb trees?
That's
and
the
he's
scene.
like, no, they definitely can.
That's the scene. And the bear does like a fucking Bruce Lee jump from tree to tree, scampers.
That's great.
Ferguson trips over, hangs there, and the bear just eats his legs until he falls. And Ferguson
the rest.
falls, head hits the ground, and then a leg about 3 seconds
So-
after.
Are there sequences that it's like Kung Fu, a live action Kung Fu Panda kind of like the way that the bear
No.
has that agility and like strength?
I'll give you an example. When one of the victims dies, there's coke on its leg, and before the bear walks away, he does a big ol' and then like keeps going.
Naturally.
It's Elizabeth Banks. I love her. I think it's great. She's like she's directing. I think that's awesome. Like, I
Yeah.
love it.
It's,
That sold me when I saw the name and I saw her. I was like, done.
What
so,
a cast.
did anybody watch The Russians? That spy show
No.
with Carrie Russell?
No.
Oh, the American.
The American, thank you.
American.
Well, they were the Russians.
That's
Yeah.
what it's called in
Yeah.
Russia.
Yeah.
They were- yeah, you're right.
It's called reality TV in Russia.
Yeah,
But okay,
2010.
so the Carrie Russell's in that, and her husband
she's
in it
great.
is actually the drug dealer in the opening sequence. He's the guy who gets high on the plane and kicks all the coke out,
Oh.
and then his chute doesn't open. So like, there was a lot of like favors called in for this.
Ray Liotta's last movie.
Ray
Yeah.
Liotta's last
Yeah.
scene on
Yeah.
screen is so
Yeah.
disgusting. Like the guy,
Amazing.
Henry Hill deserved to go out so much better. But like, yeah, it's a lot of fun. Christian Convery, I have him as a pick for today. He's Sweet Tooth. Did you guys see Sweet Tooth on Netflix?
No,
He's
I
the
just know that from Twisted.
Oh
Metal.
yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
him.
okay, yeah. He's one of the kids, and he's actually like someone's
Is he in
kid.
Game of Thrones as well?
I don't know. I'm not sure about that. He's just adorable. And
Oh,
he's a
no.
great child
Oh, he's
actor.
not.
Wait,
No,
is Sweet Tooth
no.
the one where the kid has horns
Yes,
or antlers?
that's
Okay,
the
I
one.
did
Yeah,
see
yeah.
a little
I
bit of
saw a
that.
trailer for that
Yeah,
thing. Yeah,
that kid is the little blonde kid in this movie, and he steals the show.
Right on.
like, He eats a line of cocaine so professionally at one point. It's like she knows her job. She knows there's scenes that are way over the top. She knows there's scenes that people just want to see blood and violence.
What are they snorting when it's fake cocaine in movies?
I think it's VFX, to tell you the truth.
Really?
Yeah,
In this movie, I think.
Yeah, like what can you snort that's healthy for your nose? That's
I honestly think
yeah.
that's a really smart thing. I think they should use things like that.
That makes sense.
Also, you don't have to worry about legality of things, right?
No.
Like having kids even around the subject matter and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
They don't even have to worry about that shit. For all you know, they're having fucking candy in the studio. and they're
Ice
just like-
and sugar?
Yeah, right. Like,
That's
yeah.
my bet.
Yeah.
It was when there's a couple kid-related cocaine scenes where like she milks it, right? Like there's this point where they're like, should we, shouldn't we, and it like goes long, and then
great.
finally the payoff is amazing. And like they leave it open. Could have a sequel because they state that that $14 million drug haul never got found.
Oh,
That bear could be up in the mountains just having a good fucking time.
Bear's got a relapse.
I
Part
think
two.
Asylum might be spoofing it and doing Cocaine Shark. I think
I
that might
heard
be
about
a
that.
real-
Christ.
yeah, I heard that might be a real thing now. So
Did they get
that's
is
kinda-
Tara Reid free?
Yeah. They don't need her to kill the shark. They don't need her to do the cocaine. They want the shark to do the cocaine.
Very much. That being said, I give it like it's a horror comedy, right?
Yeah.
It does get your heart racing a little bit. There are some jump scares.
You were scared.
No,
That wasn't the comedy or the horror. That was the cocaine.
yeah. I had a moment where I felt like maybe after tonight I should probably go out and
No, Michael.
Do some cocaine.
step off the train a little bit.
Go
and,
find a bear.
Go find. The cubs are so cute. There's a scene where they're just rolling in a fucking like kilo of coke and they're just like going. It's so funny.
I'm excited. I'm glad that it is worth all the hype because it would be movies like that when they're disappointing. It hurts. Like it's like what a waste of time. Like right?
She really didn't take it seriously. She even quoted herself saying, "I think I've torpedoed my career."
I love it. Well, I
Right.
saw her thing at the Oscars and that was pretty funny. That was really, really funny.
This is what the bear would look like
Yeah.
if we didn't use VFX.
Yeah, and
right?
and it's a dude in a really good bear costume, but he's clearly like he's a guy. Like he's like posing
he starts
like this.
flossing in the crowd after.
Yeah.
He goes
yeah.
and starts humping somebody
Yeah.
when Jimmy Kimmel's trying to do an interview, and he's like, "Buddy, get out of here!" Like,
It's
what are you-"
great.
Yeah.
That was pretty
bear.
funny. That was pretty funny.
7 gram bags out of 10.
Hell yeah.
I
Nice.
give it. Honestly, you just have fun.
Nice.
Right? So that's mine. Jimmy, what's yours?
I've been watching reality TV. I've been watching some Baby Can, Big Brother Canada. What's disappointing this season? Absolutely nobody from fucking Winnipeg again.
Really?
From what I understand, there's only been 2, and they've had 10 seasons.
What?
So I don't get it. It's basically Big Brother Ontario, and then they have a couple of people from PEI. I don't get it. Like, why do these wide open casting searches just to pick the same looking dude from the same fucking Ontario town? I
It's
don't
the
get
same reason why a lot of people in this town are talented have to go to either Toronto or Vancouver to do.
sucks.
It's stupid.
it. It sucks.
It's stupid.
And
yeah.
listen, I've been enjoying Survivor a lot more because I like the different varieties of people. On Big Brother, it's all just the same beautiful person.
Yeah.
There is not one ugly person this year, and it's just disappointing.
Yeah, it's not real.
Where's my chance?
Yeah. Who do I relate
It gives
to?
me no hope. I want to send in an audition someday, but they're not going to pick me. I'm not beautiful.
I should go chew
I think
on.
that would be called Middle Child. That's what the show will be called, not Big Brother.
Oh
Middle
my
Child.
god, that's great. Middle child.
Awkward second cousin.
Damn it.
Is it like I saw the trailer for it and I thought of you because I was like, you said, "Hey, I think you'd do well on it," and I was like, "What are you fucking talking about?" Me on Big Brother? Are you fucking kidding me? I'd get so angry so fast. I'd take
I
no
will
non-
kill you.
Oh yeah, I'd fucking have a single child fucking tantrum in the middle of the
That's
show.
what I love Hell's Kitchen for that
Well,
because they'll freak out like
people get so confident on this show, and then they'll form alliances without even actually knowing each other, and I just don't
that. That's
get
so
it.
funny.
They're just like, I really if one more person on the show says fucking vibe, I'm just gonna strangle myself. I'm gonna strangle
No.
myself
Like
with
you're
my
harshing
own
my
hands.
vibe, or what's your
Like,
vibe?
it's
I'm
a
really
vibe.
vibing with you. I really just without actually
Ew.
knowing each other, they're just like, I really
Yeah.
just dig your vibe. We should be in alliance until the end of the fucking game.
I would.
What's your last name?
And it's always just two of the alpha dudes. And it's like once they get together, they're gonna butt heads because they are the same guy. and they're going to want different things.
Yeah.
So it's just inevitable that it's going to happen. But because they vibe so well together, they form an alliance. And it's bad game strategy.
You said 10 seasons. Are they getting are they still like the challenges? Are they still fun?
Challenges are always fun. It's like Survivor. Like that's what you're watching for.
You're
watching them do a long drawn out challenge where it looks super easy, but they struggle for at least an hour.
What do you think of this year's Survivor? Are you caught up on Survivor this year?
Down an episode.
Okay. You're going to get really pissed off at this week's episode.
I was already kind of mad when Purple sent somebody home.
The two girls have been sent home so far.
Yeah.
I don't know their names.
And then there's the guy who bashed his fucking head on the first challenge.
Guys, you should both Martin and Charles, you should fucking YouTube
Yeah,
this.
I'm really concerned with the fact that it was like so.
Vicious.
Like Jimmy was saying, it was clear this man was concussed.
Oh, so hurt.
and
they
the
did
producers
nothing.
are
Where
like,
do you
keep
watch
going.
it?
Well, so
Where do
what
you
was that,
watch
Martin?
Survivor?
Where do you watch Survivor?
Where do you
Global.
watch it?
Global on
Stack TV,
Stack
baby.
TV, baby.
I
Yeah.
guarantee.
I don't have Stack.
I guarantee at least that clip is already on YouTube somewhere.
It's
so that you can look
fucked.
it up.
Like
'cause
he is
shit like
visibly hurt and like should be taken out of the
that. You
competition.
said in his interview he admits he's like, I gotta go.
Well, he didn't. It wasn't even an interview. Like it's just them, like the panning to
Yeah.
him sitting there, and he's just clearly not in his head.
But
He's fucked.
It's
That's
so
so insane.
he gets hit, and then he's like marshaling everyone else through because he knows he's fucked up. Challenge goes on. He ends up standing on his mat after, and then you can start to see him wobble. They come over, do the first aid. They're like, he's fine. Then like 4 hours later, like Jimmy said, his concussion's like worse, and then he's sitting with the tribe, and it's the evening, and he just gets up and walks away, and he's like, I don't know what's wrong with me. And then they come over again. They're like, oh yeah, I guess he's concussed.
Oh my god.
But
that's crazy.
How do you not know that if you're a medical professional?
Oh, they
Like,
did.
That's just
But that's
malpractice
that's
right
producers yelling in an earpiece in their ear, being like, unless he's dead,
They might
you
lose.
make him keep going.
They might
You
lose
can
some
get
money.
sued.
Yeah,
Oh,
they might
yeah.
lose a lot of money
Malpractice?
because of it.
They
Well,
should.
What Jimmy's not saying is that episode had 3 first aid calls. I've never seen that before.
It's insane.
Okay.
With the one person?
No, 3 people. 3 people.
Because I'm like, that is barbaric. The same dude, and they're still like, keep going.
That guy had 2. That
That's
guy had
still
2.
nuts. Yeah.
he had two.
But the other
But
one, okay.
in one episode, 3 different people?
And they almost never
Jesus.
have to.
That's nuts.
Like, you
Well, they
know
don't
when
want to.
you know when you see on the side of a really tropical island those really rough rocks, and they're
Yeah.
covered in water, so they're slippery.
yeah,
so
oh,
jagged.
totally.
Some dude decided to climb those in fucking
And
bare
for-
feet.
And just for no reason, it seemed like he was just happy to be on Survivor, and he's like enjoying the
But there's
environment.
What a
they don't
fucking
have
moron.
any kind of like, you
Nope.
know what I mean, security or something that it
Nope.
prevents them from doing shit like that.
Nope.
No,
Oh my god.
Then he fell
Oh,
onto the
Clearly.
rocks.
fell hard
Man,
too.
the contract these guys must have to sign must be like they're not liable for anything.
It's-
Anything.
It was nuts.
Like that's because that's just insane.
It
No.
was fucked.
The sit out rule is starting to become a strategic use.
Yeah, I thought you couldn't sit out back to back
They're going to change that after this week's episode. I
Okay.
think.
because that was bullshit.
Yeah. Do you like the cage that they've put installed?
I liked the cage. I like that. I don't believe that they just found the key though, because there's a cage and they have an immunity idol in it. But if you find the key, you don't necessarily have to tell the rest of your tribe members. You would have to then sneak it out of the package. But I doubt the likelihood that they actually find this small hidden key on this huge fucking island. Like, I'm sure it's somewhere in the area, but it's just unlikely. Unlikely.
There are things that Survivor asks of us that I'm like, come on. Like, someone ran in when the cameras were rolling, placed it. And
I
like,
found it over here. And
Yeah.
he's just
Yeah.
like digging in a hole. It's
Yeah.
like, why?
Yeah.
so Survivor better than Big Brother?
So far.
Yeah.
I like the people. At least it's entertaining.
Well, and you make a good point. Like, Survivor has made leaps and bounds and efforts to show the population on the show.
Yeah.
Different colors, different creeds, different cultures, different races, different sexes. It's all there. Like, I remember never seeing no more than a white person on Survivor. Like, it was
Right.
evident. And then the odd, BIPOC would come in. Now there's like 4 or 5. Like, it's almost split in ways, and it's like, okay, they're starting to see that
They need to bring that guy from fucking Alone from Pinawa.
Oh man.
He'll
Yeah.
just do it without winning a single challenge.
Yeah.
He'll scare everyone.
That guy was like, I didn't eat for 2 weeks on purpose.
Put himself
Yeah.
into starvation mode.
Right.
And just took sips of water.
Yeah.
And outlasted everybody.
He hibernated.
Unreal. he's just floating down the Pinawa
That's-
Dam.
Yeah.
That's like what DDL did for like Lost of the Mohicans, probably.
Very
like,
much. Well, for
that's
sure.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I got an arrow in the thigh during the shoot. That's okay. Just
Yeah.
put some pine sap on it.
Took an arrow to the knee.
I made my own.
Yeah, I've taken care of my. This
Just
is
putting
my
it
own
all on, yeah.
polysporin.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
dressed my own wound.
Okay, Big Brother and Survivor. How many?
Big Brother's been like a 3 so far, but Survivor at like an 8.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Good
I
start
agree.
to the season. Bad start for Big Brother.
I love how Jeff, like, if I could interview anybody on this show, Jeff Probst is my dream interview. He doesn't talk to any media. He does written interviews.
the host,
only.
right, of
He's the
Survivor?
He's the executive
He's
producer.
been forever.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's day
And he's
one.
been there since day one. Yeah.
This is his baby, and
Wow.
I'm pretty sure he lives on that island 10 months of the year.
That's insane.
Jesus.
That's awesome.
Like Shauna and me, if Shauna's like, I'll cut everyone's hair, and you can learn how to edit, and we'll go apply for Survivor, and we'll just live in Fiji and make
That's
a
a good
giant
idea.
science show.
That's a great
I
idea.
got to be honest with you, man. It's clearly working for him, and like, good for him.
I've
He's
got.
clearly doing well.
He doesn't break. Like we all know that there's like maybe 6-8 cameramen there,
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
producers and the cast and him, but he is always in Jeff mode,
Yeah.
and he knows that this is science. Like if he becomes a variable and changes how it all works,
Right.
it fucks everything up. So Jeff never breaks character.
Nope.
He never hugs them. He never gets close to them. He's always like
It's very Howie Mandel.
Yeah.
fist bump only.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I just would love to pick that man's brain.
Yeah,
Anyways,
You never will be able to unless he writes to you.
that's right. Dearest Michael.
I refuse your interview request. Send me a question and I'll write an answer each letter.
It's
I
been
would
a
love
fortnight.
that. That'd be pretty sweet.
I'll be your pen pal
You could do like letter time segments on an episode and be like,
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's get it going.
Dear Jeff.
Yeah, Dear Jeff.
Martin, you haven't said a word. That's my problem. What's up, buddy? What have you been watching?
I don't watch reality TV.
Not a single one. You don't have a
You don't
single
for me.
one.
Not one.
Good for me.
All
No,
right.
I like I said, ever since I stopped smoking weed, I just don't. I can't watch reality TV.
It certainly
It's
does help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it smooths the
Much.
transition.
What I watched, well, like most people, we're watching The Mandalorian. We're 3 episodes in, so I'm liking it so far. Pedro Pascal said it's supposed to be like even crazier than the last. Like the reveal this season is supposed to be crazier than the last 2. So they keep outdoing it, is what he says with the season. So, and they've dropped some big hints for a character that's gonna be appearing. I'm
Who
not
is
sure
that?
if they might show him this
Jar
season or they
Jar.
might wait till Ahsoka. But
Who is it?
they've dropped a lot of hints so far in the first 3 episodes about like a certain character appearing. So,
Who do you think it is, Martin?
it's a guy from the cartoons that Filoni produced, and he's like a major part. He's also a Jedi, so that's why I thought it was him who was going to train Grogu, but he's still lost in space somewhere. Is basically his character.
Have you seen
Oh,
this
the
week's
pain.
episode, Charles?
Yeah, remember we discussed
We
it a
did.
little
Yeah,
bit in the
yeah.
thing, yeah.
Did you?
Not gonna watch it.
Not gonna watch. Okay.
I'm just not. I hate you guys so much. I'm just not gonna watch it.
What? You just don't dig it? You don't
He's
like
got
a little?
thing against Yoda's.
Yeah,
He's got a thing against
Mm.
green people.
Yeah.
I do.
Is that cute enough for you?
Listen, you guys have your Star Wars. I have my reality TV.
That's fair.
It's- okay.
I mean,
fine.
Big Brother, you can just stop watching that. And watch
You know-
Star Wars. I mean, if it's a 3 out of 10, what are you doing to yourself?
I need to see who wins.
In a way, The Mandalorian is like Big Brother. There's a challenge every episode that he has to
There
overcome.
is.
yeah, like on Big Brother, they have to go down a slide, and on
There's a big reward at the end of each episode
That
too.
is
so I
true.
mean,
Yeah.
There's a bounty.
Mando has to find a bounty. There's the comparison. Okay, we talked about this in the group a little bit here. I want to. What did you think of episode 3 this week? Because I dig the science. I dig the backstory. I love that. Like I want more of that. I just thought it chewed up a lot of an episode in a season that we've been waiting a lot for Mando and Grogu. That's mine. What about you, Martin?
I liked it. I thought it gave us, that not every system of government is perfect.
True. Yeah. Okay.
And they
good
show it
point.
in this
Yeah.
episode. And I think like we all knew the Empire as very evil. And we so like coming from Andor, where we saw like the Empire was like the most evil government ever. And then now coming to the Mandalorian, where we're gonna see the New Republic, and everyone thinks, it was a happy ending for everybody when Luke destroyed the Death Star, Vader was killed, Emperor was killed, but is it really happy? It's not perfect. It's there. They're trying to do good, but Like that whole scene of him getting his brain zapped and like, oh, it's not a mind flayer, it's a medical procedure. It's not that. It's not what the Empire does. We don't do that here at the New Republic. And it's just the same exact thing, but on a lower setting. So it's just like, yeah, it was a little bit, it was cool to see that part of the government. Like, it's not perfect, but it's what they have.
How many people died on the Death Star?
Millions.
There were
What they said.
clones. Though.
Millions.
Clones.
74.
And they just had like a huge party after.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Holy
It was a
They
big
were
thing
all
in
bad
season 2.
people.
Oh, they were all
season two or
bad.
They were
season
all bad.
Every
Jimmy.
single
Every
one.
last one of them were
But no, to
bad.
Martin's point though,
Because they
he's
weren't good.
the new like, I got that point, Martin, when they zapped him with his brain.
Yep.
And
Well, and it's even the same droid the Empire would have used. Like,
yeah,
like or not droid, but like
Process.
same like repetitive like shut the fuck up.
yeah. Answer,
Like, yeah.
answer.
It's a trap. Did you notice? I love the.
It's a trap?
Yeah, that was fucking amazing.
I caught it's a trap.
Amazing.
I caught that too.
Amazing.
Like, and just the little look.
Yeah.
The shrimp guy. I don't know their actual aliens. Sorry.
Yeah, they're
I'm
like-
misappropriating.
They're
Wonkala.
called They're from Mon Cala. Yeah, Mon
Moncala.
Calamari is
Yeah.
what they're.
It's a
oh,
trap.
cool.
Species is.
Because they're kind of like squiddish, so calamari, cool. Yeah,
They're
love
from Mon Cala.
it.
No, when he leered his head back and we all caught it. I was like,
It's and I love
Good.
that fan service because they know at this point, anytime we see any one of those species, you just can't help but think of it's a trap. Yeah, every time.
it's a meme,
It's a meme. Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And it's the only Star Wars impression I can nail. It's a trap.
That's pretty good.
that's great.
Well, and that fear you must.
Oh,
It's a trap. That's it.
He'd
That's
say
all I
trap.
got.
It is.
Trap.
It's Mike Lindell from My Pillow. Back again.
I agree. Like I agree with you, Martin. Though I do like I loved it. I will say though, the thing that just kind of ticks me a little bit is when they do this kind of episode. I feel like they treat the show sometimes, and I get it because it's amazing, but they treat it like Star Wars, the show. And
Was
I'm
it a-
like, but it's called called Mandalorian though, man. Like I know obviously this is going to tie into something huge, but because we're at that point and it is week to week and we can't just binge it, it's a little frustrating.
Yes, I
a
also
little
agree
bit.
with that too. Like
Just
I
a
agree
little
with
bit.
both of your perspectives on this. And now, like, I know because like Martin watches and has watched. Like he knows everything. I think the only thing you really haven't done is read every new universe book, but you've seen every property.
No, but that's not all those are considered canon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even then, I haven't read a lot of the new books that are considered canon.
But
Yeah.
like, I would defer to Martin if I didn't know a thing about Star Wars because I know how much he knows. So when he sees that they're doing this thread off of Mando, it's for fans like him, right? It's for the ones who've absolved everything, and
Yep.
for me and you who may haven't or are idiots and just don't dig that, whatever the reason is. That I can also see too, because it's like you told me Mandalorian, you've sold me a Mandalorian,
Yeah.
and working in Boba Fett was great because
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was two Mandalorians.
Yeah. Also, Boba Fett was a kind of weak show until it showed up. But like when Mando
Yeah.
showed up, I was like, "Thank you for saving this," because it's no offense, but Boba kind of
But
works
yeah.
better with an
They
ensemble.
had to.
I
They
agree.
had to
Yeah.
put Mandalorian there because
Yeah.
we don't really know. We don't know too much about most people. Don't know too much about Boba Fett. All we got was like basically that scene in Return of the Jedi, the scenes in Return of the Jedi, and
yeah,
then
like
Strikes Back.
farts
And it
into a
was
hole and
honestly
dies.
for like 10 minutes total, right? So
There was just too much of him getting hurt, running back to that tank, getting hurt, running
Yeah.
back. I'm like, where is badass Boba Fett? He just got out of a living being
That-
creature thing, and now he's like scared. What's going on here?
He's got PTSD from the whole.
I guess
That
yeah.
ruins.
I mean, the Sarlacc pit's pretty crazy.
Yeah, well, I
Getting
guess so.
sucked in there.
You're
Yeah.
slowly dying, right? Yeah.
all
but
of that's great. It
still.
just diminishes the what's the word I'm looking for?
the mystery.
No, not the drama, but the crisis, right? Like
Yeah.
if you can go back to a bacta tank and continually heal up, then there's no challenge for us, right? We're like,
Yeah.
oh, he's just gonna go. But surviving the Sarlacc pit, that's balls ass awesome.
For sure.
But
For sure.
then continually going back to the bacta tank is just a waste of episode.
It was like a video game mechanic.
Yeah,
like if
very
that
much,
was
yeah.
a video game, it'd
Yeah.
make sense.
Your
And it'd be
That's
checkpoint.
your
dope.
save point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be dope, and it'd be like, "Hey, cool, thank God. Okay, now I know I'm at the end of a chapter." Great.
Yeah,
Boom.
yeah.
But as I'm like trying to do that on screen, like it'd be the same as in Last of Us if they kept showing Ellie getting supplies, going back, getting
Yeah.
supplies, going back. Like it'd be like, holy fuck, like yeah.
What's the point?
What's
Yeah.
Martin?
Yeah.
What's the name of the Jedi you think that's coming in?
Ezra Bridger.
Ezra Miller.
Ridger, not Miller.
Lindell, get it right.
Ezra Miller. Friend of my pillow.
Now, what's going to be the big part of Ahsoka series is finding him, because Ahsoka was a big part in his story arc, and he was trained by a Jedi who was saved in like the first episode of the new Bad Batch show. So they showed his origin on a later TV series. So that Jedi who trained Ezra was voiced by none other than Freddie Prinze Jr.
Okay,
Nice.
I did hear.
Cool.
Yeah, I
Good
heard about
for him,
this.
man.
Who's like?
He's very passionate Star Wars fan.
Fuck yeah, big
Freddie
wrestling
Prinze.
fan too.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say.
he
Yep.
is.
He just seems dope.
Yeah, it's like the coolest. Like, yeah, and he's like a cool,
You-
subtle nerd. And
You guys know that he's written for WWE.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
a staff writer for a long time.
Yeah.
That's insane
Yeah,
to go from like
Talented
Yeah.
guy.
and he
she's
wrote.
all that to
Scooby Doo.
He wrote
he's
great
on the map.
storylines too. He wrote some really good storylines.
Yep.
How many
FPJ.
how many little cute fucking Grogus? Actually, no. How many brain zaps out of 10 do you give Mandalorian?
I'm going to
so
give
far?
it like a close to an 8.
yeah.
Maybe like a 7.9 so far. It's only 3 seasons. They're still doing a lot of setup for the following seasons. So.
Okay.
You
That's
mean-
confusing.
Oh, you mean episodes,
Or
right?
for this season, sorry, for the later episodes. So I mean, I'm
It's like Marvel.
maybe
like
7.9.
Right.
Blah, 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 leads.
And that's how I'm starting. It's hard for me, the casual fan, to get into it when there's so. It's like when Agents of Shield came out,
Yeah, yeah.
and I had to watch Agents of Shield before Avengers, Age of Ultron or whatever. Like, why do I need to do that?
No,
I just want to go to the movie and know what's happening.
don't do that.
You're not Christopher Nolan. I just want to know what's happening in these movies.
And the same thing with Star Wars,
I'm interested.
right?
It makes me want to play Battlefield again.
Yeah,
For sure. For
no,
sure.
and it is. I think what they're doing is I think they're taking the Ahsoka series, the Mandalorian series, the Boba Fett series, and whatever others, and the sorry, name eluding me, the
Jedis.
Diego Luna's series,
Oh, Andor.
Andor.
and I think they're trying to put in little things from each of them so that when you come out the end of them, they all make sense.
I think I've read that theory that Martin said, people about the Jedi. I think it could be Cal Kestis, which I think would be
That could be another one.
super cool because
New game's coming out
I don't
next
know.
month.
Oh,
That's true.
the
Kestis.
ginger, yeah,
Yeah.
the dude
Yeah.
from Shameless.
Yeah.
That's how I know that.
So, and his storyline is canon. They have said, and like something happens at the end of the first, like of Jedi Fallen Order. That's like, oh
That's
yeah,
cool.
this is canon. Yep. And the new one's coming out. And there's been a big rumor that when he signed a contract, it was to make live act. Like, I
That's
just
pretty
could
dope.
see it. Yeah, and it would be really
Ooh.
neat because that's also Disney stepping up a huge because
Is-
Star Wars has never really done something like that before.
Is the Battlefield
So-
story canon?
Yeah, Battlefront 2, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all
Yes.
the movie stuff, right? That's all the movies.
Yes.
And the
Because
That
that
stuff
one's
with
yeah,
like
all
Leiden
the-
Versio? Is that
yeah,
all?
yeah. So that is yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, because that and they're. I also think that's what they're doing with this Mandalorian storyline with the Doctor and the research of cloning. I think it's also building up to a storyline that ties into the 7, 8, 9.
yeah, I'll say this: they're basically just trying to fix 7,
Yes.
8, 9.
Yes, and
Because
they
a
did.
lot of that
Blue
shit
Man.
came
Hang
out
on,
of
let him-
nowhere.
hang
Like, this doesn't make any sense. So now all the movies are doing are repairing the timeline so that 7, 8, 9 does make sense down the road.
Okay.
And I feel like, at least for me, like after watching Obi-Wan, going back and rewatching the prequels, I'm like, they're a lot better. Because
Yeah.
now when I watch them, I watch Obi-Wan as well, and it makes
Sure,
me
yeah,
enjoy
yeah,
it
yeah.
more.
Yeah,
So
Ewan
what-
McGregor does help.
What big time. And what they're doing with this, I think when I rewatch 7, 8, 9, it can make you be like, oh,
okay.
I like this better.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
nice.
Because
yeah.
even when I watch Rogue One, going in, like I watch Episode 3, Obi-Wan, Rogue One, and then go in Episode 4, it's so cool seeing
It's
that,
padded
like
for
flow.
Watching
Yeah,
it
yeah,
in the
yeah.
order.
Go, yeah, and it's cool
Okay.
to see the flow
Do
of
you
it.
think-
So
Do you think that's something I should do? Is like watch it in the order that it happens?
yeah, I could honestly give you an order I would suggest for watching
That'd be
certain
great.
things to like see.
Actually, it's on Disney Plus, Jimmy. It's just
There's
go to
they
timeline.
do.
It's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, if you go to the, when you go on Disney Plus, so they have a Star Wars like specific option.
What does it start with?
Like at the top, it's like a heading. It
No,
says,
no,
like,
no.
more-
I know that.
Oh,
but
it's going to
what's, like,
start
the
with
first...
episode Phantom Menace, I think.
Yes,
Okay.
that's
Be the
yes.
first
Yeah,
It should start with that
I like
one, yeah.
Phantom Menace, so
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'll make Zoe
But
watch
anyways,
it with me.
yeah.
Charles, close this off for us. What'd you watch this week?
Oh, I was just okay. So I was gonna go with you guys. Like we were just going back to us talking about not using Netflix and reality TV. One that I actually really enjoyed. It's called The Mole.
Yeah.
I've
So
heard about
it's-
it. I don't know.
It's
Yeah.
essentially Survivor, but somebody in the group
Is a
is
little
in on
fucking
everything,
rat.
knows the answer to everything.
I have heard that.
And part of the show is them working together, trying to like solve these challenges, but also trying to figure out who the fuck is sabotaging each other.
And this used to be a show, right? Like this used to be a show back in the day. Didn't
it was like on cable, I think. Wasn't
Yeah.
it?
it was either that or it was
Sounds
like
like it was
a
on
British
MTV
show
or
or something like that.
I think it might have been
But-
BBC.
But yeah,
That sounds
it's pretty cool, man. The challenges are insane. Like one of the first challenges is like I can't remember where they are in the world, but it's like somewhere in a jungle, and then there's like a massive cargo plane stuck in between like what it looks like a set piece, like in between like
Sick.
shards of a mountain, and they have to go into the fucking cargo plane and look through cargo things that's scattered all over this fucking thing and find like and somebody knows already which
what
one
the
it
answer,
is.
but
Yeah.
you don't want to let them
That's
know
right.
that you know.
And when they all do their private interviews, they end every single interview with being, "I'm not the mole, but I think so and so is."
Do
And
we,
that's
the
how
audience, know?
No.
Oh, that's even
So
better.
even you, that's why, and it's addictive because you're playing detective too, and then you'll be like, "It's this motherfucker, I know it is," and then something will
How did
happen
they
in the
know that?
episode, and you're like, "He's making me change everything, and I don't like it," because you don't know if they're fucking with you or if they're honest.
I gotta watch this.
It's
Yeah.
pretty.
This
It's
sounds
it's
fun.
a very cool concept, and it's only 8 episodes
Sick. That's
It's
no
not
commitment.
super long.
Netflix?
on Netflix. Yeah, it's just called The Mole. It's really
Making
good.
me keep Netflix around, you piece of
It just,
shit.
You know what?
The fact that you guys like reality, I'm like, it's a reality show that because I'm not huge into reality shows, but I got into this one, and that was the hook for me. Was I love playing detective.
Is this its
Yeah.
first season?
Yeah, it only had 1 season so far.
Okay, and that's
Yeah.
like what last year, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They filmed it during the pandemic.
Oh,
Yeah. That's why I think there's like insane set pieces.
'Cause it's all
and shit.
outside.
It's all outside, and it's like everyone's like, and it's all like open, huge spaces, and they like Amazon.
Wow.
Like it's too hot for COVID to survive, I guess was the theory.
Too hot
So
for
yeah,
COVID.
yeah, too hot for COVID.
how
Too
many?
sexy for diseases.
How many episodes are there?
I think 8. I
8?
think there's 8.
Okay.
It's not a long. I know it's like no more than 10. Like it's 8 or 10, but I think it's a shorter season. It's not, but it's good, and the mystery is pretty solid.
Sweet.
Shauna
Yeah.
watched the 100. Which
Yeah,
was
I've heard about that.
That one is like this.
The strong people.
Yeah,
contest?
man.
Yeah,
Me
essentially.
and Claudia started it.
Yeah.
Is that the Teen CW show?
No.
No.
Oh no, you're thinking of the last 100. This one is like a fitness reality
Oh, this
show.
is the Japan one or Korean?
Yeah,
it's
Korean.
It's like Asia because there's Korea,
It's every.
Japan,
Yeah.
China. Like there's people from all over the
And everybody's just
over Asia.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's
And the
nice.
chicks are competing like it's girls and guys competing
Yeah.
together.
There's no
yeah.
like you just survive a challenge.
Yeah.
strong.
You-
They
you're not
designed every
bracketed.
challenge that it's individual, but you're competing in the same room individually.
That's stressful.
Like the first episode, the way that they cut the fat is everyone's hanging on a bar that's like 30 feet in the air, and it's
No.
like last one hanging wins.
Well, because you could be like, you could be 250 just as
Right.
jacked
Yep,
as possible, but that's not your contest.
Well, no, and then what's funny is
Exactly.
there's the skinny guy who come like skinny compared to them,
He's
and everyone's
lean.
laughing. He's a fucking gymnast.
Yeah.
So guess what he does? He like wraps his whole body around a bar, and everyone's like, and you see these jack dudes trying to do it and fall.
I can't even pick up my briefcases anymore.
Well,
Yeah,
like, and
it's
then
crazy.
you also get the next challenge, which is a physical challenge of wrestling, and then a UFC fighter from Korea shows up and throws everyone around like a
God
fucking rag
damn
doll, and you're like, how is this fair? And then someone in the middle of it's like, I think this is Squid Games. That was I'm like, I think you're right, bud. I think we're going
They-
down that road.
They do. It's what's ironic is they do have production because they have guys in those suits that come out.
Yeah.
And the way they announce each challenge, it's just like that voice on a sound
damn it.
system. You don't even see the guy doing it.
Yeah.
It's just on this, and then the lights
Super sterile.
all go up in the studio, and you're like, holy shit! They're in a giant, like,
Yeah.
huge compound. Yeah, it's wild.
Like, am I in a prison camp fighting for my life, or is this a reality TV show?
It's like both. It's like Party of 5.
Are you gonna finish it? Are you obsessed with it?
Yeah,
Or you
no,
gonna-
yeah, we love it. But it's like you get like we have to take breaks because sometimes I get so jacked up.
Yes.
because it's so crazy. That
Active
it's like,
watching,
oh,
active
yeah.
watching.
It's like Charles, settle down. Like, yeah, we got to watch something like a comedy or something because I'm like, holy fuck.
Put on Parks and Rec.
It's insane. Like the whole first episode is an hour, and literally like 40 minutes of it is this challenge. But you can't. You're so fascinated, like because they have a camera on each contestant, so you can see what each one's doing. You see their strategy. and then they have like a whole camera going around, and then they'll like show you. They'll be like, oh, someone's trying to switch up their technique of holding, and then it'll fuck them over just trying to shift.
As soon as you think about making the move, it's over.
Yeah, and then you see one guy who's just like his whole body is shaking, and he goes up until like the last like his whole, and then he just like gives out. It's nuts.
Wow.
Hang on one
it's
second.
wild.
Martin, for the person who gives zero fucks about reality television, anything you'd like to ask Charles before we continue on?
Who? Oh, you haven't. I was gonna say who wins. You haven't seen that
I don't know
yet,
yet.
Who do you think's gonna win? Put your pick right now. Where are you?
I will say I definitely think it's going to be, I hope, because at least right now, I think it's going to be a female and a male competitor that make it towards like the finals for sure.
Okay.
I wonder what the final challenge will be.
Yeah. Kill each other.
Staring competition.
Damn it.
Yeah, fight to the death.
Every time.
Staring competition.
Show us your legs.
Wow.
Yeah.
The ultimate.
What was that,
strength.
Martin?
Show us your legs.
Or it'll just turn into Iron Chef. Oh, right. Whoever can make the best 5-course meal using the secret ingredient, they're both
What
like,
a
what
twist.
the fuck?
And it's like the three-eyed fish from The Simpsons or
Yeah.
some shit.
Oh my
See, I've
God.
seen an episode.
That was great.
Thank you.
All right, Michael.
I want a running tally of The Simpsons jokes.
That
I
man's
make
never
here.
had a beer in
It
his
was the
life.
worst of days.
See, I don't know that one. I'm sorry. All right. How many Cindy Crawford moles out of 10 do you give it? I'm sure that's not the mole we're talking about.
specific.
I'm really impressed with it. Honestly, I'll say 8 out of 10.
8 okay.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Netflix does good reality. They break from the traditional reality sense. So
Well, the impression I get, at least from watching it, is like they're definitely like, so they probably have like a creative headquarters in Korea so they're working with actual Korean filmmakers and producers because it's filmed and just produced in a way that I'm like, this isn't American made. And I think that's part of what makes it so awesome.
okay,
Like,
yeah,
it's Netflix's money for sure,
but
they're giving
over
it to
there.
the right creators. Yeah.
I like
for
that.
sure.
I like when you see stuff like that. Like I was talking to Sean Garrity recently, and he was talking about how in Japanese film and Chinese film, there's a lot of hard breaks and then monologues.
Yeah.
But it's their culture and how they view themselves. So it's just a filmmaking technique that's not used here. It's used over there, and then you have to kind of get over that because there's such good story behind it. But out of nowhere, sometimes the character will just be like, "Stop." And then they'll like stand on a soapbox and just profess something that makes no sense, and then go back to being chased by zombies. Right?
It's very dramatic and beautiful. Like how, like it's so true. Like that's what I find is very gripping about Korean cinema too. Is even the way they film certain things. I'm like, no one thinks outside of the box like that here. Like
Nobody
we definitely
does.
have filmmakers that think outside of the box, but I think it's it's because that culture it brings out that kind of creativity. Like it's incredible. Like Old Boy was a movie that changed my life when I watched it because I never even thought there could be a storyline or how we filmed it. Like that whole hallway.
And no studio here would ever
No.
back. And then
Well, when
they
Spike
finally,
Lee did it was
yeah.
just awful. It was
Now they
awful.
would, yeah, totally.
It was awful, but yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
And
there
like
you go.
Parasite too, and like same thing, right?
Yeah.
Like a
Boom
social
Jong-ho, right?
a social commentary, which is something a lot of Americans do and filmmakers and whatnot. But what a way I've never seen it before.
Yeah. Watch
Right?
the world through other people's eyes, kids, is what Charles is saying.
Yeah.
All right, there's your weekly watch list, kids, listeners, everybody out there. Hope there's no kids listening. We're not good for kids. Jimmy, what time is it?
It's debate time.
At my signal, unleash hell.
Push it. Don't push it. I'll give you a war you won't believe.
Goldstein, give me a fat beat to beat my buddy's ass.
I know what kind of guy you were. I never would have agreed to work with you.
Are you gonna bark all day, little doggy? Or are you gonna bite? What was that? I'm sorry, I didn't catch you. Would you repeat it?
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
So, as talked about at the top of the show, this is our Leprechaun fan casting in honor of St. Paddy's Day weekend and finding out, Jimmy, that it's actually being made.
Yes, it is real.
I love how you secreted that. You put it out into the universe and
That's what you do.
It's
You say things
beautiful.
out loud, it happens.
Right?
Manifesting.
So we are going to go around the room. We're each going to present our plots. And whatever plot wins, and it's just a little small plot. You don't have to pull the yarn unless you're me and you go too long. But it's just a small plot. And whatever plot wins, we're going to go with that. And then we're going to cast a director against that. And then we're going to put a cast against that director. And we're going to soundtrack it. And at the end of all of this, whoever gets their picks done the most wins the debate.
Easy.
Easy peasy. All right.
I love it.
Considering it's your child, and this came up in your brain, I would like to know what your small plot is.
Okay, well, I brought 2.
You got to
and
pick one.
I know I got to pick one, so I'm just
Gotta
kind
pick one.
I'm having a little internal fight with myself.
Go with the one that's more Irish.
I think... Oh, the one that's more Irish.
This sets the tone, man. This sets the tone.
I know it sets the tone. I won't drag this too long. What? Okay. I'm just going to go with the first one I have. Ash versus the Leprechaun. Because what is the Leprechaun movie? It's barely horror. Mike, you watched it. There is nothing fucking scary. The scariest part is when the old man has a heart attack.
It's a horror comedy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
After seeing Cocaine Bear and
Exactly.
now being like I didn't take it seriously. I was not scared.
So picture, and I don't want to give away my director, but picture Army of Darkness.
Oh, I wonder who.
Think about wouldn't he be perfect for this
If this was the plot he wanted to direct, yeah, sure.
I just feel like he would be absolutely perfect for this, but we'll get to director soon. So
Okay.
basic plot, they're going to fix up their house.
Yeah.
Same basic shit.
Yeah.
Maybe the Necronomicon's in the basement. I don't know. They find it. They read from it. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
The Leprechaunicon.
God, fuck.
Wow. I think you may
That
have.
doesn't count for Jimmy's vote.
Th-
Think of it. Didn't think of it.
God damn it.
Oh, that was a waste. Well done, Charles.
Shit.
The Leprechaun.
That's exactly what he does.
Hearty, hearty, ho.
He's
The
like sitting on it.
Leprechaun is on the go.
Fuck me.
Oh, I like
right.
it. What you're doing anyway. So Ash shows up. The Necronomicon's in the basement. Does he pull the How does
Leprechaun's so fucking annoying. Who else could kill him but Ash?
Sure. I mean,
We don't need to go into too much detail. It's an elevator pitch. We're pitching.
Yep.
We're basically doing an elevator pitch, man.
That's right.
Sell us in a few sentences. Otherwise, it's not going to fly.
Ash versus the Leprechaun. Can I tell you my second one? It
Yeah.
was going to be
Yeah.
instead of fixing up the cabin, they're fixing up the haunted mansion.
Oh, a Disney one.
Yeah, it's going to be a Disney.
would this have been an animated treatment per se?
No. It would have been the Eddie Murphy version.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And they're renovating the actual
Yeah.
haunted mansion.
And that's
great.
where the Leprechaun was hidden.
Exactly.
I like
The
that.
Nutty Professor, but with ghosts.
But I made
Okay,
my
so
choice.
same idea of like O'Grady brings the fucking Leprechaun over and then Ash finds it.
Yeah.
That's kind of what. Okay.
you had a better selling point with Ash versus the Leprechaun. I would have
Good.
been like,
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one more too.
Okay,
You
good.
followed your heart.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Charles, you go next.
Okay, my quick elevator pitch.
Yeah.
You guys don't know this about me, but I used to like St. Patty's was like a religion for me, celebrating it, and it's because of It's Always Sunny. So I just literally came up with the gang renovates Patty's pub, and as they're renovating it, they discover the pot of gold. And they find out Frank is actually a leprechaun, and that's his pot of gold.
I think I know where your cast is going.
Danny DeVito did cross my mind as the Leprechaun,
so
which is
excited.
fucking fantastic.
Yeah,
gonna be
that's my the gang renovates Patty's pub. That's my elevator pitch.
Nice. Okay. I definitely a
good one.
comedy, right?
Oh yeah.
Are you going episodic with this? Or are we gonna?
You said it beautifully. It's like any world where Leprechaun is seen as a horror is insane. It's a comedy.
This can't be like we need a Leprechaun first of all to be not 3 feet tall for it to be anywhere near menacing. That's the big thing, right? Is the little thing, I guess I should say. But like that's the issue is that your antagonist is not big enough to scare you.
He's more of a little shit.
He is. He
Yeah.
scratches your legs underneath cars. He doesn't.
A little fucker.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Pushes old ladies down the stairs.
Yep.
Mine is a very similar reboot. We have the O'Grady's going to a family reunion in Ireland, and on a.
You're doing an on-site location.
I was thinking of bringing some Irish into this. Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah.
So that's why
This
they're
one
there.
has some budget, boys.
It does. It does. This is a Nolan project, guys. Wait till you see our studio
Wait
setup.
until you see the plane I bought.
We're growing a leprechaun. We've got money, So they go to Ireland. They go on like a castle tour, and that's where he finds the gold, brings it back home, whatever. That plot still exists where Mrs. O'Grady finds the suitcase, opens it up, except this time the leprechaun stomps on her throat. Just like runs up her chest and stomps instead of pushing her down the stairs.
Oh, that's great.
And then 10 years later, we've got the Reddings show up, but this time they bought the house. They're doing a remodel, and then they run into the group, the brother and the brother combination, and Ozzy.
So it's your basic reboot, but also we're going to Ireland for the first part.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. I figured. I was like, how do we get?
And one of the deaths changed.
Yeah, yeah. And one of the deaths changed. But yeah,
I like that.
That's basically what happens. And then they go downstairs during the remodel. Like,
so are you going for like a hyper violent Leprechaun movie?
I'm going for a big budget, over the top horror comedy.
Lovely.
Is what I'm going for, right?
Okay.
Like we're gonna punch up the lines.
I can dig that.
We're gonna make this. We're gonna cocaine the shit.
It'll be
We're gonna
sexy.
cocaine
It's
bear the shit out
like
of
a
this.
Wayne's Brothers production.
Or a Farley Brothers,
Or a Farley
if they
Brothers,
wanted
okay.
to do horror, right? Like something,
Okay.
something with jokes and satire. That's my whole bit.
Right.
Yeah. And,
Martin?
sorry. And then
Oh.
I missed. Dan O'Grady does get murdered. He doesn't come back like in the end of the original, where it's like, I told everybody about this, right? Yeah. He, as he's drunk in front of the TV, the leprechaun smashes the Jameson bottle and then stabs him in the neck.
Nice. The most Irish way to die.
Right? There's get the whiskey in the veins. That's German. What the fuck?
Yeah, that was pretty good German.
Thank you.
That was some weird German. whiskey vein.
Weird Irish is what it was. Anyways, that's mine. Martin, what's yours?
I went with a totally different
Yeah, of course.
plot.
Take us there, sir.
And also, I just want to preface that my cast today, I didn't cast this with the plot in mind. I was going to go with a different cast with this plot, but I didn't know we were doing that. So I'm just going to use the same cast that I had anyways, because I think it'd be fun. But anyways, Lucky Charms is trying to rebrand. So they put out a casting call for the new Leprechaun. And one person who's obsessed with it auditions but doesn't get it and wants to take revenge on the company.
I like that.
And the person who doesn't get it his name is Mad Sweeney. I don't know if you know this one, but
Mad Sweeney from American Gods.
I'm gonna call him Mad Sweeney. That's who it is, and he's gonna take revenge on. Think of it as like Irish Todd Phillips Joker. That's what basically I'm going for here.
So it's like when Philadelphia Cream Cheese got the new angel, but if she went mad and killed everybody.
Exactly.
I love that.
I dig the pitch of how he's
the cheese queen.
but how he's like his story is someone's trying to audition as the new Lucky Charms ambassador. That's hilarious.
That's
I
great.
dig that.
Doesn't get it, and this is what happens.
That's a whole different take on a
is what
leprechaun.
happens.
I
Guys,
dig
I was
that.
originally gonna for this one. I was originally gonna cast for all my cast, the entire cast of Friends, and bring back Rachel as it. And Ross Geller was gonna be the head studio executive for this one. David Schwimmer. I'm gonna go with a different casting route, I think, with this because I didn't really plan it, but we'll see what happens if you guys pick it or not.
All right, fair enough, Jimmy. You
I vote first.
You vote first.
I'm going with Charles.
Going with Charles there.
I'm going with Charles.
The gang renovates the pub.
That sounds really funny.
It does sound really funny. I just need to check my directors first. No, I'm just kidding. Gang renovates the pub. Irish Lucky Charms.
They're always after me.
What
Lucky
was, sorry, what
Charms.
was yours?
Ash versus the
Ash
Leprechaun.
versus the Leprechaun. Oh my God. I'm going with Leprechaun. I want to see what happens. I like this take.
Mine?
No, I'm going with
Oh.
Lucky Charms. Lucky Charms is my pick.
I thought you
One-
were just picking yourself.
No, one Lucky Charms, one O'Grady's Pub. Martin, what's your pick?
I want to see Ash versus the Evil Dead,
Oh, Charles is the breaker, and he can't pick himself.
Oh wow.
or Ash versus the Leprechaun.
Ugh, that's tough. I mean,
Leprechaun, Ash,
I'm
hard
s-
reboot.
I'm such a. I'm,
But you can't pick you can't pick me. I'm out because
I'm such a sucker for fucking Ash too. Yeah, let's go Ash versus Leprechaun.
Oh my goodness.
Your show, Jimmy. We're picking yours. We're making your dream come true.
Director is in my hands.
So can we say that Ash has already been casted as Ash, like that kind of?
Should we? Yeah, Bruce Campbell is in the movie.
Okay.
He's very clearly Ash. I don't think we need to. Yeah. You guys don't need to cast for Ash.
Perfect.
Bruce
Thank you.
Campbell.
Thank you.
Bruce
okay.
the Jaw Campbell.
Fair enough. All right, so there we go. We've got an Ash versus the Evil Dead subplot.
Yeah.
Where and now we can say the Leprechaun is involved.
The Leprechaun.
Because you've been picked. So
the Leprechaun.
So the Leprechaun, whatever, however you want to pronounce it. But I would see like Ash showing up during the remodel and then going downstairs and being like, "What's this? This looks like the Necronomicon, right? Groovy." And then he looks like the Necronomicon, but it's the Leprechaun.
It's green.
And it's green.
It's green.
And he accidentally opens it, and pops the
Someone's
Leprechaun.
Someone's a
Leprechaun.
Easy.
All right, Charles, you go next. Who's your director?
My director, hey. Yeah, well, I was going for like the hard kind of comedy angle, but I wanted it to be taken like seriously too. Like very artistically made and like very production well done.
Yeah.
Like Mother.
Yeah. So I went, Brendan Fraser. No, I went with Eric Apple. He's the guy. He directed the Weird Al movie.
Okay.
Just came out.
Yeah, no, that suits.
Yeah,
that's a good pick.
He knows how to do like a serious comedy, if that makes sense.
But
Like
that's
I mean,
satirical too at the same time.
Yeah.
That also plays into anything that Ash does. Like Ash becomes the comedy, and then everything surrounds him. So okay,
yeah.
Eric Apple.
Yeah.
Is okay. All right.
And I look too. He's directed episodes of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He's directed episodes of.
He can bring the funny.
Yeah, he knows sitcoms. He knows, and he also knows how to like. And he's worked with a budget now that he's done Weird Al. Like he's worked with a studio and stuff like that. So
I see this getting $70 million.
I like the idea of the comedy being taken seriously by everyone in it.
Yeah,
like Airplane.
Yeah,
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Can I call you Shirley? All right. Yeah, I've got a bunch of directors here. I don't know which one to fucking pick.
I have them all on speed dial, ready to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually bring one on the show. He'll just argue for me. Okay. Well, I'll. This is funny because like mine's, and it obviously makes sense now. I did pick Sam Raimi for mine. If you guys had picked mine, we could definitely collab. I did have Sam Raimi, so now I'm going to throw out my Sam Raimi. My other two picks were Jason Blumhouse and Mike Flanagan.
Yeah,
I liked what Flanagan did with Midnight Mass.
I guess if you were going with your very serious,
right, because that's where I had gone with. But I used Sam Raimi because I thought if we do a horror comedy at all, he's done them.
He's the pro.
He's the pro, right? He knows how to do the campy as well as the serious. With
I
the
just don't know
shots.
if I could watch the Leprechaun give a 7-minute Mike Flanagan monologue.
That's where. Oh my God. It beats a part of my heart.
Yeah.
Why am I crying?
Yeah. We're in the middle of a fucking comedy. Yeah.
Bruce is crying.
Yeah. No,
everyone's crying.
Yeah.
Long fucking one takes of like Leprechaun action. No, we don't need that with Flanagan. So yeah, so Sam Raimi, just now that we've got Ash, we definitely need Raimi. I don't need to explain that anymore unless you've never seen a movie listener, which I don't know what to tell you. Martin, who's your pick?
As much as I would love to see Sam Raimi do this, I want to go a different direction. And this is the director I picked for my movie, and I think he'd do a really good job because he's already funny. He's done lots of comedy, but has recently proved he's got horror chops as well. I went with Jordan Peele.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
The new Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah.
I liked what he did with Candyman.
Make it good. Let's make it good.
Yeah, Candyman was great.
He really loves to make you scared and fuck you up. So
and he can be funny at the
So
same
fuck
time.
with your brain, man. That's what I like.
Yeah.
And I think this Leprechaun movie deserves that.
That's a good one.
well, and then we could have like a giant leprechaun in the sky from Nope. You know, we could yeah, no, you can do so much with Peele and it would look good.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It would
Be a
really
good movie.
Yeah. It
Oh,
would be
yeah.
expensive too, right?
So I think the thing about there's no budget, Mike. We're flying to Ireland. We're getting Jordan Peele.
The Leprechaun's
when I watched
financing
the
it.
original Leprechaun, and I watched it recently. I haven't seen it before.
I'm so
I watched for
sorry.
this, but like I think the problem with
I'm
that
so
was
sorry.
you had someone doing horror and trying to be funny, but that person who was trying to do it wasn't funny. It's
Right.
not a funny
Yes.
person.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, let's get a funny person and who knows he's funny, but also do a horror.
Yeah, the guy Mike Jones, director and writer, of the original Leprechaun. I paid attention to this because I wanted to send him a letter after.
I hate
Fuck, did you waste my hour and a half of my life?
What did he do? Anything after that?
I didn't. He wasted an hour and a half of my
Did
life.
he
I didn't want to
do-
give him 5 more minutes.
Did he do his comeback Leprechaun in the Hood?
I don't know if he did.
They brought him back. For
I don't
that
think-
was brutal too.
Yeah, I can't believe that was a real thing.
Leprechaun
like,
in
holy shit.
space.
Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
they ended it. Eh?
Leprechaun
and
in
Warwick. I think Warwick was the Leprechaun in that one too.
He did 3, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Poor
We're
old
so
Warwick.
sorry.
No, okay, Jimmy. What about you? Before we go to vote.
I'm going Elizabeth Banks. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Good one.
definitely.
Cocaine Leprechaun. Yeah, since you're going Raimi, I'll go Elizabeth Banks. That way I can vote for
That's a
Raimi.
good
No, wow, that's a positional vote.
And
Damn.
it would be action packed.
That's
You know,
a good one.
I felt bad when because like I've always thought we've all thought she's funny since 40-Year-Old Virgin, right? Like she owns
Yeah.
Wet
that.
Hot American Summer.
Wet
man.
Hot
Oh,
exactly.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
like eventually she like when they gave her Charlie's Angels, I was so miffed. I was like, she's so much better than that. Like
I was really excited for that, and it was not good. And that wasn't her fault. I just think it was just it didn't work.
but she's
Yeah.
got another movie too that Cocaine Bear and Charlie's I know for sure, but she started a movie.
Oh, Pitch Perfect. She did the
That's
the
it, yes.
second, I think she did the second and third Pitch Perfect.
I haven't seen
I think.
those. I'm not a big fan of the.
They're
the
pretty
They're
good.
good.
I've heard they're good.
They're great.
But I
Comedy's her thing. I think
Yeah.
she should
Yeah.
just she tried because Charlie's Angels. She tried having this comedy banter, which for her, she's like, yeah.
A
But the
natural.
actresses she had, either they didn't connect it or like they're just like.
I mean, Kristen Stewart isn't funny.
Yeah, like right. So and it was just when they had those parts in it, it was like
Spencer was not funny
like,
at all.
No,
Like,
I heard it was a romantic comedy. What did
there
you
was
guys
nothing
hear?
funny about Spencer.
yeah, I laughed the whole time, but it was inappropriate. I heard.
Yeah, car crashes make me chuckle.
This girl's in the biggest house ever.
All right, Elizabeth Banks, Eric Apple, Sam Raimi, and Jordan Peele. Charles, you
That's a
pick.
great lineup.
That's a really great line.
My God.
We don't lose if we don't pick the
We
right
should
person.
all
That's
make
what-
this
we
movie.
all win in the fan castings.
We do.
We
No.
could do a Sin City
We all
thing
feel heard.
where they all like get to film a part of
Take
it.
turns.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be a really great idea.
Damn, this is a good list. I commend everybody with their picks. I'll go Elizabeth Banks. Elizabeth Banks.
You know what? I will too. Actually, I'm fresh off of Elizabeth Banks' tail.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. So I know, and I mean, I know she could handle the personality of Bruce Campbell. I know that she could do this. Like I've just watched her do.
Well,
a
and imagine what he could do with that material.
right? And like you imagine the dialogue between a leprechaun and
Pretty
Bruce
fucking
Campbell?
great.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
when he fights the little ashes? It'd be just like that.
Maybe even a little ash comes to fight a little leprechaun.
Maybe.
He calls them in, right?
Perhaps.
He takes his hand off. And
Right?
Then it goes and
It
fights.
pitches itself.
It does. Martin, what about you?
Let's just make it Elizabeth Banks.
All
I mean,
right.
I don't want to see Raimi and get this one, so let's do Elizabeth Banks.
Shot across the bow. So we have Ash versus Evil Dead, directed by Elizabeth Banks as a horror comedy.
Raimi's a producer.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's true. He's getting old. He
Yeah.
Can't be on set that long.
He's busy marveling.
He's busy marveling.
Marveling.
Where's my cast? There's my cast. Okay, cool. Jimmy, you get to pick what cast member we start with. I'm up
Oh,
next
we're
this
starting
time.
with the crucial leprechaun role.
Okay,
Yeah.
crucial leprechaun role. For authenticity and for mine, I picked 2. I picked someone of.
You only get one, brother.
I know. I
Brother.
picked someone for
picked Hulk
the
Hogan.
role. I picked someone for the role, and then I also picked someone who could do this, and I think in a funny way.
The Rock.
I'm gonna go. No, I'm gonna go for the person I picked for the role. I've seen him in a lot of stuff. He's been in Narnia. He was in Lord of the Rings. Deep Roy. Deep Roy. Does that ring a bell for
That's
you?
a porn name.
I wish it was.
Yeah, it is.
Deep Roy.
Deep Roy.
Deep Roy. The Coming. No, Deep Roy. Deep Roy is the Oompa Loompa from the remake of Willy Wonka.
Did you say
Oh.
Oompa Loompa?
Yeah, the Oompa Loompa.
Oompa Loompa.
Is it Oompa?
Oompa.
Oompa.
Doompa? Doompa?
You know the Dumba Bumbas?
What doopity do? What the hell?
I've never phonetically realized it. This is my first. Oompa.
They
Everybody
sing-
was
They have a
saying-
whole song.
I know they do, but I just.
Mike's that one kid. Everyone's saying the right way, and he's like singing his own thing.
Dumba, blah, da, blah.
Beep, bap, scat.
Scatman. It's the Scatman Carruthers version of Oompa Loompa.
Super doodly bow.
No,
Fucking lumpa.
he's the guy
The
who plays the Oompa Loompa in that remake
With
And-
Johnny Depp.
With Johnny Depp.
Okay.
That's the guy. who
Oompa
plays-
Loompia.
Yeah.
He also is in the second season of Eastbound and Down.
Yes,
and he's amazing.
you know who I'm talking
He's
about.
amazing.
That's a great show.
That's my other pick was Seth MacFarlane.
Confusing.
Jesus.
But I just thought,
As
know,
Stewie.
the red hair, and we could leprechaun him up. Like it would
Seth
just.
MacFarlane doesn't. Are you thinking of Seth Green?
Sorry, Seth Green. That's what I meant
Yeah.
to write.
Oh,
That's
okay.
not the writer of fucking.
Seth
Family
Green's
Guy.
a much better
That's
pick.
what I meant to say. Yeah.
Scotty.
Scotty, yes, Dr.
Okay.
Evil's son. Sorry, guys.
Just
but
not Leprechaun.
I'm going with Deep Roy because he's funny and he's got comedy chops. Warwick, I'm sorry, had his time, was great in Willow.
He's busy with Willow.
He's
now.
getting shit on
He's
all
not
week
anymore. It
now.
got canceled.
Oh.
Second season, no longer.
Technically not canceled. They're just not. It's not on the top priority list. It could be
Yeah.
done later.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
All right.
That's what they're saying now, because apparently the writer said they submitted scripts.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So that means one asshole woke up that morning and he's like, I'm going to leak that Willow's canceled. Fuck it.
They didn't accept mine.
Yeah.
But yeah, Deep
Sorry.
Roy's my pick.
Deep Roy.
I just
Good pick.
perfect leprechaun.
Are you also trying to say Deep Roy as much as possible?
Yeah, because I actually had to Google that and
Deep
be like,
Roy.
did someone type this in wrong online? And then
Deep
I'm
Roy
like,
2. Deeper Roy.
yeah, Deeper. Roy's inside, all the way. Roy.
Roy's the one that knocked.
Roy's coming out the back. No,
Roy Fitzpatrick and Patrick Fitzroy.
Oh my God. Fitzpatrick.
Martin, who's your pick for the leprechaun?
I went with Andy Serkis.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I mean, he's already played Gollum, and Gollum's pretty much a leprechaun.
The CG man himself.
He
leprechaun
can
on
do
crack.
it. He can do it, and you can get it. You can do so much with that character too if he plays it.
You know, Martin's right. There's nobody who morphs into something.
Have you seen him doing the ape walk on the
Tonight Show?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Incredible.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know that
He's a master of
depending on your belief system, I'm a creationist, so I believe that, eventually we came from apes. Who made us? Up for debate, but I believe we're descendants. Man, he fucking nails it.
Yeah.
And like Caesar in Planet
are
of
good
the
movies.
Apes, like he's
Underrated.
He's Mr. Morph. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like he's an incredible performer just because of the fact is it's not only the motion cap that he's amazing at, but these characters. Like
Yes.
they're just insane, very different characters. Even as Snoke, right? Like
Yeah.
very.
Tells a
I
good story
forgot
with
he
just
did
body
Snoke.
language.
He was good. Snoke was great. They just
Didn't
fucked
use him
that
right.
up.
Yeah, yeah, no.
But
You're
Snoke
actually
was cool.
picking Venom director Andy Serkis. Damn it.
Yeah, and when Elizabeth Banks needs to take a
Yeah.
break, he can jump up and
Yeah.
take over set.
I think he was the bear. Was he the bear in cocaine? We should look into that.
we should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said he would only do it if the cocaine was real.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Them fucking English across the way, I tell you. Andy Serkis, Deep Roy. I'm gonna keep saying it, Jimmy.
Deeper. Okay, so deep cut here, deep Roy cut. I'm going with Gary Oldman
What? That's Winston Churchill.
because I don't know if you guys know about the movie Tiptoes.
No.
Gary Oldman has played a little person before,
Oh, okay.
and this movie is a steaming pile of garbage.
And so should this be.
Yep, exactly. And what more? He's the perfect serious actor to be put into a role where he shouldn't be serious at all.
I agree.
Yeah, Gary Oldman.
I'm
And
voting
he'll
for
just-
Charles. I don't care what he says. I'm voting for Charles. Whatever. You don't even have to say it, Charles. You get my vote.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
If I can't vote for myself, I'm just voting for whatever Charles picks.
Gary
Okay,
Oldman.
so just to recap before
Sorry.
we get to Charles, we've got Deep Roy, we've got
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis, and we've got Gary
Gary
Oldman.
Oldman.
All right,
Yeah.
Charles, what's your pick?
Okay, no, Danny DeVito, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Well, your O'Grady's
So-
pub bit. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He was on my short list, no
So-
pun intended.
But I'm
You
thinking like
intended that pun.
we're thinking penguin but green. is the inspiration I want for Leprechaun,
Hey-o.
basically. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, you can wear a hat too because he wore it. Like
Yeah.
So we're just straight up. Let's get him back in the prosthetics of penguin, but paint him green.
Okay.
Michael, you vote first.
Danny DeVito, Gary Oldman, and Andy Serkis. I want to see Andy Serkis do this. That's my vote. I vote for Andy Serkis. I trust him taking over the movements of any character, be it human or otherwise. And yeah, he can throw the voice in too, right? He can drop an Irish accent.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Andy Serkis. Martin?
I told you I'd vote for Charles. So.
Okay. All right. Danny DeVito.
Okay.
Got it.
I
Andy
wasn't
Serkis.
going to go back on that.
Thank you, Martin.
Jimmy?
I can't vote for mine, huh?
No,
I can't
no.
vote for Gary Oldman.
Can't have
Or-
Commissioner
or
Gordon.
Gary Coleman.
Or Gary Coleman.
I'm gonna go Deep Roy.
Oh,
Wow.
Got the comedy chops.
Deep Roy.
He does. Yeah, he can. He can.
Deep cut, Deep Roy.
Yeah. All right, Charles. Put your signature on it.
I'm. This is hard. It always, why is it me every time?
Deep Roy,
It does seem
Andy
like it comes
Serkis.
down to you.
Deep Roy, Andy Serkis.
I think I'm gonna go Andy Serkis, but I don't want any motion cap.
Hell
I just
yeah.
want Andy Serkis.
Okay.
Wow.
Just shoot him from up top.
That's doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
No, he'll crawl.
I know he'll crawl, but the Leprechaun doesn't
he's
crawl.
crawling. He's crawling.
Leprechaun's a geriatric. We're not in Leprechaun 12. We're in
We'll
Leprechaun
see.
1.
We'll see. Andy does what he does.
He does. What will he bring to the character?
That's right.
All right. So I did. I started Leprechaun. Fair enough. What do you want to do next, Jimmy?
Well, it's cast Tori.
All right, Tori it is.
Yeah.
Martin, you're up. Who's your Tori?
Rachel Green.
I went with a younger Nico Parker from The Last of Us.
Oh,
Let's put some color into this cast, guys.
that's Joel's first daughter.
First daughter. Interesting. Yeah. No. I dig that. Jimmy, who's yours?
Lisa Kudrow.
Are you casting the Friends cast?
Perhaps.
I mean, nothing would be funnier than to see a Friends cast member play the role of what her starring role was before she got Friends. I would
nice
imagine.
little for everybody. A little
That's
tip of
great.
the fedora.
Into the audience. Okay. All right.
She can talk to Jennifer too to get.
Yeah, right.
insight.
Like, so what did you pull from for this role?
How did you get into character?
Yeah,
They're friends. They're
is
all
she-
friends.
Are we going to
fought
get
a lot of Irishmen.
Can we get a Smelly Cat performance out of her, you think?
We'll
oh my
see.
God.
You know, maybe on set for everybody, if not on camera.
Smelly leprechaun.
Smelly Leprechaun. The song's in the Leprenomicon. That's where she
My
sings.
God.
I'm sorry. I love
You're
that.
going
That's-
to
Plays when
hell.
you open it up.
Yeah.
Charles.
Oh yeah, my Tori was Caitlin Olsen. Sweet,
Naturally.
sweet, G.
Naturally,
sweet
yes.
Tori,
Ooh.
sweet Tori.
I'm
She's
gonna
sassy.
pump some color into this too. I picked Storm Reed, which was Ellie's best friend.
Oh, best friend.
Oh
in
yes,
Last of Us.
But
Yes,
also-
and in Euphoria.
And also in Euphoria too. She
Yeah.
played the younger sister to Rue, Zendaya's
Oh, yeah.
character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's where she's.
That's
That's
where I
right.
got. That's where I got to know her was as the younger sister.
Riley.
Yeah.
Riley.
And I
That was
mean,
her name.
these are younger roles that we're obviously casting for. Except you, Charles. You're
Yeah, Charles.
like Tori's like 16 or something. I
I'm
would
doing
imagine in
part
this.
2. It's Leprechaun part 2. Like part 1 is the kid, like when the
Okay.
kids first interact with the
Oh, my bad.
Leprenomicon. I'm casting part 2.
Sorry, mine's a requel.
Yeah, mine's a reboot. Yeah, Storm Reed is, Storm Reed, right? That's young. I
cool
imagine
name.
this is going to be a movie for young people. I don't imagine like the 45 and up demographics going to be, banging down the door to get to the theater to see this.
I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe with Bruce Campbell in it, you never know.
Well, yeah, no, that'll pull us
Yeah.
the older horror fans, but
That's right.
the true demographics.
It's an
if
Evil
you-
Dead movie, technically.
If we can get Warwick to tweet about it, we've done it.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, not bringing him back, but can you tweet about it, please?
We just
anything
need
be
your
more-
blessing.
Yeah.
We don't want you anywhere near it.
Just sign
give us
off
your
and shut
blessing.
up.
Yeah.
Okay, Martin, you get to pick who's our Tory.
I'm going with Storm.
Nice.
I think I'll also go Storm.
Storm.
Storm it is.
Ooh.
And also make her Storm in the new X-Men. Why not?
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Storm.
Yeah. Storm as Storm. It's a stormy night. Okay, so that means the Leprechaun is Andy Serkis and Tori is Storm Reed. Jimmy next.
Nathan.
Nathan, the hot hunk. Is that
Paul Rudd.
Oh man.
Natural
Yeah.
chemistry with Lisa Kudrow, already made from Friends.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Perfect. He was
Yeah.
hilarious in Ghostbusters. He would nail it in this.
And he never ages.
That's right.
He can play 30,
Yeah.
even at 52 or whatever the fuck he is. Charles, what about you?
So Dennis.
I'm seeing a theme here.
Yeah. He would play it differently. He'd play it a little bit like a golden god, but he'd get the point across. He's a hunk. Crazy dumb hunk.
Sorry, I'm not I know Sonny, but I'm not well versed. Which one's Dennis? Who plays Dennis?
Glenn Howerton.
Yeah.
Okay,
Glenn
yeah.
Howerton,
He
yeah.
got the spin-off show about being a substitute teacher.
Yeah.
Which was
Yeah.
really funny.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
No,
yeah.
he just
It
could
was
get-
like a male version of Bad Teacher, basically.
Yeah, exactly
Yeah,
is what it
yeah,
was.
yeah, yeah.
And his
Yeah.
delivery is
It was
perfect.
great.
It's
Yeah,
a
you
good
know,
show.
He'd be
Yeah.
a fun, hunky, next door, smart ass kind of dude.
And his character is upset. Like Dennis is obsessed with his vanity.
Yeah.
So like it's perfect.
Oh yeah, because
Like-
he's got the flowing hair and that cheesy purple tank. Yeah, put him in something updated.
He'd
for
rock
sure.
a duster with no shirt underneath for sure. That's got to be in it at one point.
I feel bad for Josh Hutcherson from the.
Is that where you're going?
Yeah, I'm going with Josh
Wow.
Hutcherson for this one.
Is that Future Man?
Hunger Games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Future Man.
He's the
Yeah.
one who can.
Yeah,
for-
Future Man.
He's
Yeah.
the one who can
Yeah.
camouflage himself because he's made cakes before.
Yeah, he made a mud pie.
No,
He made
Josh
himself a
Hutcherson
mud pie.
isn't that her love interest?
Yeah.
Yeah, PETA.
Yeah, Peter. Sorry, Peter. Yeah,
Yeah.
Future
Peter.
Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, hasn't worked in a while. Good looking enough. Young. That role doesn't require much. Josh Hutcherson.
Good pick.
Yeah. Martin.
I'm gonna go. I'm still sticking with my director as Jordan Peele, so I'm gonna go with Jonathan Majors.
Oh,
So hot right now.
So hot.
So hot right now.
He's like 2 movies back to back in like the same season. That guy's name is
Yeah.
out there now,
He's
right?
crushing it.
What did he get known for, Martin? It was that show on Crave that you watched. Like,
Lovecraft Country.
Lovecraft.
Lovecraft, yeah, which is like an HP
It's
Lovecraft.
a really good show too if you like the whole
heard.
horror stuff
Yeah,
I heard it was really
and
good.
HP Lovecraft stuff. It's
Yeah.
really nice
and I mean, I can.
without the racism of HP
Yeah.
Lovecraft. Right?
yeah,
Without the everythingism, he was truly an awful human being.
yeah.
I really want to see Creed 3 because of him too.
So do I.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely. Jonathan
Threed?
Majors. Threed.
Threed. There we go.
What a wasted opportunity.
Threed.
This episode is brought to you by puns, ladies and gentlemen. We're here all week.
My puns.
Read.
Okay, Jonathan Majors. Jimmy, what about you?
I went with Paul Rudd. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so then you're back to vote. All right.
We know who Mike's voting for.
We get deep on this.
I'm gonna go Glenn Howerton. I think that's a funny pick.
Yeah.
I really like him. AP Bio is a really good show.
If this is going to be a horror comedy, he's good looking enough to be in it. I'm going to go Glenn Howard.
And you're right. It's it's the sass back.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, and like the two of them as character, like when Nathan in the original starts calling her out for being a girl and all that stuff from being from LA and
Oh
Hollywood.
my God.
like-
Also, if it was D. Oh my God. You bitch.
right?
You let the leprechaun out. You bitch. You bitch, D.
Yeah, so Glenn Howerton. Martin, what about you?
I mean, let's just make it Glenn Howerton already.
Yeah. I mean, 2 off the hop out of 4 people kind of seals it.
The
All
clean
right.
sweep.
Glenn Howerton it is. Next, Jimmy.
Geez, I let's go Ozzy. I decided to just not cast it at all.
Oh,
Yep.
I did. But I decided
I did
that,
as well.
Yeah, no.
Interesting.
Well, no, here, but I've decided to update this because the language they use is not proper
I went not
language.
cast. Too offensive is what I wrote down.
Okay, I
gotcha.
recasted this as I'll tell you who I casted as. I casted Zach Galifianakis as this,
Jeez.
but I casted him in the idea of the brother from Hangover,
right.
So idiot brother, but not the offensive context that they use in the original. With
He's too dumb to even be a racist. 'Cause
Yeah,
they wouldn't
yeah,
understand.
yeah,
If this
yeah.
were 2008.
yeah, you get what I'm saying. Like we're leaving Ozzy's problems there, and we're removing them and bringing them. We're taking them out of the equation, is what I'm saying, because it was pretty hard on the nose. But if anybody could do it, I think Zach could do it. He plays dumb really well.
He was just in Winnipeg too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. For what the fuck? It's the movie about the Russian.
Something like that.
Somebody was involved in Russian spying, and he's involved in the film about the girl telling her story.
They shot
whistleblower.
on my street.
Oh.
Did they?
Yes, they did.
Neat.
Yeah, cool. So Zach Galifianakis for the idiot Ozzy, like the lazy guy, the dumb guy, the guy who's useless.
Watch my shaft.
Yeah, like he's a stoner and he's hanging out on the couch and he's useless. Like there's
Like
no
a roadie.
Yeah, like there's no racial connotation with him at all in this remake. He's simply like Brad Pitt from the idiot
Joe
stoner in the Meet Joe Black.
It's
no,
hit by 3 cars this time.
Chris,
I always love him in that one. He plays the idiot fitness trainer. He's
Oh,
like a fucking
and
moron.
not in
burn after reading.
Burn after
Yeah.
reading. Sure, yeah,
Yeah.
that kind of idiot,
like
right?
kind of a dumbass.
Yeah,
yeah.
not self-aware at all.
Yeah,
Doesn't
right.
understand his own shit.
Right.
That's who I'm playing Ozzy as
Right.
for this. So yeah, that's what I got. Martin, what about you?
I went with Sam Richardson.
That's funny. That's
Sam Richardson.
Tim
Yeah.
Robinson's buddy.
Oh,
Yep.
Oh, that's a good one.
I love Tim Robinson, so but I've never seen this guy, but I'm sure he'd do fine. Like
He's great. He was in Future War with Chris Pratt as well.
Yep. Yeah, he was.
Oh,
That
okay.
Amazon Prime movie.
Oh
He
my
was
God, he totally
the
is.
black guy who died.
Tomorrow War?
Saving everybody.
Tomorrow War. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Tomorrow War. Yeah, that's the one.
If you saw him, you would recognize him, and he's
Okay.
very funny. He's very, very funny.
Well, yeah, and that's what you need here. You need a guy who's willing to step on a rake and get spanked in the face or do a
Oh, yeah.
spit take,
He
right?
hosts
Like that
the-
kind of stuff.
The baby pageant show.
Look at these tough babies.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, the baby pageant. Shit.
There you go. Whatever that. Yeah, that works, right? Like that's the role.
Fuck you, Bart Harley Jarvis.
Get him out of here.
All right, Charles. What about you?
Charlie Day.
Do I even have to ask you? I'll just pull up the cast list.
It would
and
just
go,
be an
I
absolute,
wonder.
and he would just
Yeah.
be an absolute idiot,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And not like in a dumb racist way, like just in an illiterate.
Charlie
way.
Day from Horrible Bosses kind of thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know what? I have one. Leo DiCaprio.
You went for it.
He's going for it too.
He's really getting into character.
We're really gonna find out what's eating Gilbert Grape.
Oh, I love it.
Love it. Okay.
Second Oscar.
Yeah. Okay, Jimmy, it was your first pick, so you who do you vote for?
Who did you pick, Michael?
I picked Zach Galifianakis.
I like Sam Richardson. Let's go Sam Richardson.
All right. Charles?
Yeah, Sam Richardson's
I'm
great.
not going to make this complicated. This Sam Richardson guy sounds funny. I'm in. I'll take
I
it.
really wanted to see Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
So did I, actually.
Leo.
Let's bring back that Gilbert Grape performance. Let's see what he's got in
Yeah,
the
come
tank.
on, Leo, do it again.
Yeah. Do
I
it
wanna
now.
See you do it now.
Do it now, Mr. fucking climate change.
Mr. Hollywood.
Mr. Don't do superhero movies.
You idiot.
Okay. All right, so Sam Richardson is Ozzy. Next pick.
That's
I
so
think it's the
funny.
kid, Alex Murphy.
Alex Murphy, the
So
little
let's
one, the
start
little brother.
with Charles.
Charles.
I went with Mac.
Yeah.
From Mac and Me?
No, Mac from Mac and Me. Oh my God! I wish now.
It's like we got Paul Rudd an option here. That would have been amazing.
Oh my God! No, Rob McElhenney.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mac.
Mac.
From It's Always Sunny,
Yes,
yeah.
Mac, obviously.
But maybe we could. There's a child
How do
Mac.
we-
We could do
We
child
could
Mac.
age him down.
We
Yeah.
no, there's literally
But
a
they
kid
do-
that plays child Mac on the flashbacks. We could just get that kid.
Sure. Child Mac from Always Sunny.
Rob will be a writer.
This is a throwaway character, too. Like,
Yeah.
he hangs out with Ozzy. He fucks around with everybody. He doesn't really have much to say. I picked Christian Convery, the guy who I mentioned from Cocaine Bear.
Oh,
Oh,
kid.
yes.
Yeah.
He's full
Yes.
of lip in this movie, drops F-bombs all day long, super charming, very funny. Great kid actor, like kind of almost broken as a kid actor. He's going to be one of those kid actors.
He's gonna be a Bonaducci.
Yeah, like he's so good at such a young age that I'm afraid that he's just going to gas out way too early. But yeah, no, he's I think he could be comedy, right? Poking Ozzy and Alex, definitely. So there's my pick. Martin?
Gary Coleman.
Oh my God!
What's
What's this thing? What you talking about, Leprechaun?
What you talking about,
Yeah,
Leprechaun?
that would be his thing. That would be his fucking catchphrase the whole movie.
Are you being serious, or do you? I just.
I don't know. Let's just put him in there and see.
All
what
right,
happens.
fine. Gary Coleman, it is.
I'm gonna go Jonathan Lipnicki from Jerry Maguire, but he's him now.
Oh,
Put
okay.
him now like the jacked UFC fighter.
Yeah.
Is he a UFC fighter now?
Yeah.
Are you really?
Yeah, he like trains. I don't know if he's in UFC, but he's like training. Like
It's
he's
like cage
jacked.
fighting. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Not him as a kid.
The human head
Yeah.
weighs 8 pounds.
Could you imagine Stuart Little 3 now? It's just Stuart Big.
Jeez.
Stuart went through
Stuart,
puberty.
holy shit.
Swollert Little.
Stuart has hair on his balls.
The movie
Jesus.
just starts with, it's 20 years later, so Stuart's dead.
Stuart
He's
died
a,
of an
he's a
OD.
mouse.
Sorry, anyways.
Jonathan Lipnicki.
That's funny.
Sorry, Charles, what was yours again?
Rob McElhenney from
Rob
Mac,
McEl-
from Mac and Me.
Lipnicki, McElhenney, Covenry, and Gary Coleman. Jimmy, I think it's your turn to start on this one. Choose wisely.
I'll pick the only one who's actually a kid, I guess, and go with Mike's.
Christian Convery. That's it, Convery. Christian Convery. Perfect. Charles?
I'll go with Gary Coleman. I'd watch that movie.
What you talking about, Charles?
I like
Hell
Gary
yeah,
Coleman.
son.
He's dead.
Martin, who are you
There's
picking?
no budget, Jimmy. We can bring him back.
Oh.
There's no
Deep,
budget.
deep fake.
Okay.
The
all
same
right.
guys that
That is
made
a
Luke.
deepfake. We're gonna get some cloning going here.
Do I want to make this? Actually, I'll go last. I haven't gone last yet, so I want some position here. Martin, you go next.
Who did you pick, Jimmy?
I
My
went
pick.
with
Christian Convery.
No, I meant like who did you? Who was
Oh,
your
Lipnicki,
actor
Jonathan
again?
Lipnicki.
yeah, Jonathan Lipnicki
The
from
UFC fighter?
Yes.
What does he look like now?
He's jacked. He basically has the same face.
He's a
And
kid that's
cauliflower
like,
ears.
You just said fuck.
It was funny because I didn't want to pick Gary Coleman. I was actually gonna pick. My original pick was the kid from The Sandlot with the red hair. He was in the McDonald's commercials in the 80s.
Oh,
The
God.
goalie and the big
That's my
green.
original
Yeah.
pick for the little brother. But him now,
That's great.
That's a good pick.
I'm gonna go with yours. I want to see Jack UFC fighter.
All right.
I'm the little brother. Okay, so we got a three-way here. You got to break the tie. You can't vote for yourself. So
Mac would love him.
What? I voted for yours.
you did. Wait a minute.
You're voting Mike.
I'm voting. That's right.
Remember, you wanted to go last.
Yeah, I love this part of
I
the
want
show.
to be the big man.
You did say that.
I did say that. Okay. Jonathan Lipnicki. I want to.
Jack UFC fighter. Here we go.
There's no reason that the little brother can't be a UFC fighter fully
That's right.
grown, right? Like we're just assuming it has
Putting
to be
the
a small
leprechaun
kid.
in an arm bar.
Yeah, right.
I love that he's automatically a UFC fighter too in the movie.
Yeah,
You know I'm training.
I'm training.
You're not an actor.
Okay, so
That's true.
Alex is done. Nathan is done. Leprechaun is done.
We just
Ozzy
need-
is done.
We just need the O'Grady's.
We just need the O'Grady's.
A couple of dies at the start.
No, we haven't done JD yet. We haven't done Dad.
Who?
Oh yeah.
JD Redding, Tori's dad. The very brief on-screen performance by him.
Huh.
All right, Tori. I
Bruce
guess,
Willis?
well, sure, yeah, like pre-aphasia. Because
No,
now,
no.
now, okay. You heartless bastard. You just want him standing there doing nothing?
Nobody is going to enjoy this movie.
He'd have a whole team around, I think. It'd have to be a whole thing.
It'd be so much heavy lifting. Like, and that's just a sad state.
follow
of
the kitty,
affairs.
follow the kitty.
How much was the dad in the movie?
Like the first act, right?
Right.
Shows
I
up.
am the movie.
Bruce
shows-
Willis cameo. That's
yeah.
all.
You don't need much.
No.
Yeah. I did Josh Duhamel,
That's nice.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Transformers fame.
The Transformers.
Fergie's
uh,
ex.
Sad?
You
I
just
like him.
need
He's nice.
Playboy.
you just need a handsome older man to be in this. I also had
Yeah.
like Josh Lucas, Joe Manganiello,
Joe Montana.
Joe DiMaggio, and Josh Lucas was my
The
other
best
pick. but-
quarterbacks in
Josh
Joe
Lucas
Montana.
from Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or like
You had a
yellow.
theme.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I looked for rugged old. I googled rugged older aging actor.
Into
Oh,
what?
man.
Pornhub?
That's how I got Deep Roy.
Josh Lucas, sex tape.
Can't use
Mike's
that
like,
as a
yeah.
search engine, Mike.
Anyways, Josh Duhamel for mine. Did anybody else cast this, or was I the only fucker?
No, I
I cast them.
this.
I cast them too.
All right.
Oh, I did a switch up.
Okay.
I decided to go with Mrs.
Oh, Mom.
Mrs. Redding.
Okay.
And I went with Sandy Martin. She plays Mac's mom, also Napoleon's grandma in Napoleon Dynamite.
Wow.
That's
So,
right.
Yeah, so I made her.
Well,
I
with
decided
Uncle
to go
Rico
with
getting
Mrs.
popular again.
I like-
There you
It's
go.
about
Well, the
time.
mom take is cool too.
Football
right?
over the mountains.
We'll give Jimmy some time here to figure out who he wants to put on. Martin, who's your JD Redding?
I cast this before I heard the news, but I picked Lance Reddick from John Wick
Oh,
Nice. Very nice.
That's a great one.
as the older dad.
Bruce Willis.
That's so sad.
He's still going.
The
Bruce.
best hotel concierge has passed.
Yeah, man, and fucking Horizon Dawn.
If you guys haven't seen Corporate, check that out too. It's a comedy that used to be on Comedy Central.
Yeah, he's in it.
He's like the CEO of this company, and it's just hilarious.
Oh,
There's something about his voice that's just like it's very commanding voice.
It's
It
fucking
is.
fantastic. Like it's just so funny.
Yeah, and like Martin, his character in Horizon is just
Yeah.
awesome.
I just beat the last game, so
oh,
yeah,
so
had to see
good,
him.
right?
Well, then, okay, all right.
Let's go with Lance Reddick.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Well, Lance Reddick and
Yeah.
Storm Reed. There we go. Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even
right.
think of that.
All right. So then, yeah. Lastly, is the O'Grady's. So let's do these at the same time. We'll cast
Nick
them as
Kroll,
a pair.
John Mulaney as
Nick-
their old guy
Oh
characters.
my god!
That's funny.
Oh,
That's great.
That's my pick.
That bit
That's
they
great.
do, their whole
Yep.
stand-up thing when they play older guys. Oh,
That's
that's
it. That's what I'm
Oh.
going for.
That's funny.
That's amazing.
Huh?
What about you, Charles?
Another
Who's your
Irish-
O'Grady's?
I made Riggedy Cricket David Hornsby be Dan O'Grady.
Yeah.
And then I made Artemis be Mrs. O'Grady. I guess you would only like really know them if like you watch the show, but like David Hornsby's been in other things.
Yeah.
He's one of the writers too, but yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
These are throwaway characters.
these are my
They're dead in-
throwaways. These
yeah.
are my throwaways.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just like the dog debate. It was a
Call back.
throwaway.
Yeah.
These
I
are
don't
my
care if I lose.
Fuck Scooby Doo.
I had I thought if we were in Ireland,
Yeah.
then I had Saoirse Ronan and Ewan McGregor.
Hilarious.
Wow.
That's what
wow,
my
you
picks
really
were.
went for that.
Bit of an
Yeah.
age gap.
A bit of an age gap.
Look,
yes.
my sweet child.
Well, if we age them both, then we can get
Maybe
to
if
center.
Leo was here.
There's a pot of gold there.
Right, but you've got some true Irish in them, right? And then if it wasn't that, I also what I will pick
James McAvoy.
is John C. Reilly and Dakota Fanning. Those were my picks.
Weird.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
I thought they would be really fun.
You want John C. Reilly from like Gangs of New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They're
As the-
looking
as-
for you, boy.
Yeah, do you have my duty?
He does have potato face.
Walk hard.
hard.
But
a
like
great movie.
a drunk Irishman, like I laughed in that opening sequence.
Yeah.
And then I saw Dakota
Yeah.
Fanning being like frail and white as a ghost and all, like
Yeah.
just the two, like
Me
it's such a random casting. So Dakota Fanning and John C. Reilly for my
Interesting.
O'Grady's. Martin, who are your O'Grady's?
I went with Helen Mirren and Ian McShane.
Oh, awesome.
Oh,
That's,
wow.
Those are both heavy hitters, man.
That is.
Yeah.
We got a unlimited budget, baby.
That's
let's
right.
spend it.
That's right. You're going for the Oscar that year.
No shit. And the Oscar goes to The Leprechaun.
Yeah.
We didn't think it would be coming.
That's the
I went with it
tagline.
like when I cast this, I was like, let's do a really good version of The Room, but Leprechaun.
That
That was my idea when I was casting this.
Oh yeah, John Mulaney and Nick Kroll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just thinking.
You
I
vote
had the
first.
ones that no idea.
Okay, I'll vote first. Yeah, I haven't voted first for a minute. Nobody knows mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going Ian McShane and Helen Mirren, mostly because I have a
Crush on
unapologetic crush on Ian McShane. No, on Helen Mirren. I
Both of
fucking
them.
Helen. Well, yeah, Ian McShane is just fucking badass. But
Michael likes his gilfs.
I do think Helen Mirren is a smoke show for her age.
Mary
Like,
Steenburgen, her,
Yeah.
Susan Sarandon,
Mommy.
absolutely.
Caligula.
Yeah. Caligula. Yeah.
She was in Caligula.
Mrs.
Yeah.
Robinson.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go Helen Mirren and Ian McShane because the comedy between them two. Oh my god! Like I loved Ian McShane in American Gods. Never mind John Wick and everything else the man has done. Jimmy, what about you?
Yeah, no, I think I got to go that way too.
Helen Mirren, Ian McShane.
Just what?
Yeah.
Just unbelievably high-profile actors to be in this ridiculous fucking movie would be fantastic.
It would be because it's
And only for like what, the first 10 minutes?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
How
and they both have to be super Irish.
yeah.
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 That's great.
Like drunk Irish and
Yeah.
angry Irish and
Yeah.
potato, like the
Yeah.
cliche of Irish
Yeah.
is definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, we got
Oh,
two so
absolutely.
Helen Mirren,
yeah,
Ian
of
McShane.
course. Yeah.
far. Wow.
Easy.
Yeah.
There it
Yeah.
fucking
Hell yeah.
is.
Who's scoring it?
Jimmy? Go first.
Danny Elfman.
Score.
Damn it, Jimmy, that was my pick.
Jimmy
That
goes
was my pick.
first.
He's
Danny
gonna be creepy
Elfman. This is
for
gonna
this
be
movie.
a creepy little Tim Burton soundtrack. Would be absolutely perfect.
That's
for
what my
this.
pick too.
Is he gonna sing
Great
on it?
minds, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had
He can't
Jimmy,
sing.
I had picked Danny
We
Elfman.
could tie it. I'm thinking shirtless Danny Elfman is who I want for this.
Yeah,
shirtless
tatted up.
festival Danny Elfman.
Like
Yeah.
conducting shirtless.
yeah,
to make
doing the
yeah.
With the
Simpsons
fire drums.
tatted up. Yeah,
That's so cool.
yeah.
Martin, go next. Jimmy.
I had Danny Elfman.
Danny
As
Elfman.
well.
All right, Charles.
So what happens? They just automatically win?
I mean, well, okay, his pick is entered, so he's going to vote for it. So yeah, by technicality, sure, we're up against the wall here, buddy. Let's see if we can turn the tables here.
I went with well, again, I was going for a specific comedy, so I went with Flight of the Conchords
Oh my goodness,
You're a little fucker.
I like that actually.
because they could play it like their version of like an
That's
Irish.
a great pick.
That's a good pick. I
That is
like
a good
that.
pick. Yeah.
Fuck Danny Elfman.
They
Yeah.
could be shirtless too.
Well, hang on, guys. Let me throw mine in the ring here before I'm going to pay for a concept album from the Dropkick Murphys.
Wow.
I don't mind that either.
That's
Jesus.
great too.
I want them to record re-record songs that would fit into it, change stuff around.
Like, this is a Leprechaun soundtrack that's going to go platinum.
Yeah. We're going around the world. We're gonna go on a tour with this show after.
great.
Damn.
Yeah. So Dropkick Murphys full soundtrack.
Yeah, fuck Daddy Elfman.
But now what?
Fuck Daddy Elf.
Danny Elfman, Flight of the Conchords, Dropkick Murphys. Jimmy, you're the last.
Murphys, sons of
I'm going to
bitches.
go Flight of the Conchords.
Charles.
I mean, we established fuck Danny Elfman, so I'll
Damn
go drop Dead Murphys
Drop Dead, Drop Kick.
or Drop Kick. I like Drop Kick.
All right.
They don't need to die.
I'm gonna do this just because he's award winning. It's Danny Elfman for me. It is, but Martin, you're gonna have to fix this problem.
I'm going Dropkick Murphys. You can't do Irish without the Dropkick Murphys. So
Michael gets
Yeah,
it.
that was a
Hey,
good pick.
Wahoo!
That was a good pick.
They're in.
That might just put this movie over.
Yeah.
Over budget.
All
It's them.
right, let's do the tally here. So Tori is Storm Reed, which goes to myself. JD Redding is Lance Reddick, which goes to Martin. Keep the tally running here for me, somebody.
I've got the plot.
Dan O'Grady and Mrs. O'Grady go to Martin as well. Leprechaun goes to Deep. Did I?
Gary.
Nope, it was Andy Serkis.
No, it was Andy Serkis. So
Yeah.
it's Martin again. Nathan Murphy went to.
I got Nathan.
You got Nathan
Glenn
Murphy.
Howerton.
Glenn Howerton. And Alex Murphy, I got as Christian Convery. That tally puts Martin as the winner by one.
Little fucker. Boo.
Thanks, guys.
I
Congrats, Marty.
fucking hated this movie.
It's awful, eh?
It's such a piece of
just
shit.
not good.
It also just makes me.
I'm telling you,
realize,
if we
too,
did Lucky Charms, that would have been a good Leprechaun movie.
Oh, how many scenes where we had like cereal being thrown around and the whole plot being based around a cereal promotion? Like that would have been
I
ridiculous.
just always think of like it'd have to end where he like dies in a toilet. When he puts his head in a toilet, I just think of Austin Powers immediately with the
Well,
Lucky
like,
Charms.
the notes I had.
Who does number 2 work for? You tell that turd, buddy.
Just bite your lip and grab some. We're gonna make it through this.
First of all, the cell phone looked like a Fisher Price toy. I don't know if anybody else notices
Oh,
that, but
man.
her flip
Yep.
phone
Yep.
looked like something my 4-year-old niece would play with.
Aw.
While entertaining enough, the only thing that truly entertained me was the commercial break on Tubi.
Was it localized?
Yeah.
Excellent.
So it was like local like
Oh, that's cool. They do that.
Yeah.
it was like a local charity, and then there was a furniture commercial.
Come on down to
Neil?
Leon.
The little car he drives around, I don't know how he had time to make that. That makes no fucking sense.
And it goes so fast.
Right?
Do you know how
It's
they
like
just?
nitrous.
Do you want to know how Wikipedia sums it up? He somehow builds a go-kart or Leprechaun go-kart that zooms by on the freeway.
Like I get that there is a like how
He's
after-
just in the car.
and then the cop, to the point where a cop pulls him over. He's like, "Hey, man."
I said this to Jimmy, the hand being chopped off when he picks his hand back up.
Oh,
The
yeah.
hand's bigger than his head.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's like a human hand on a
Yeah.
leprechaun. The big reveal that Grady's still alive is the only surprise in the film. And the practical effects at the end were okay, like the melting sequence.
I like when
Oh,
they
yeah,
shoot him
yeah,
with a
yeah.
shotgun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They should do that a few times.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
And he just gets up.
But it's so, yeah. Poor Warwick, too, right?
He
'Cause,
didn't
like,
deserve that.
No,
No.
like clearly, like
No.
that guy had to take any role that he could get, and it's only going to be roles like that.
This piece of
But
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
well, that's
But
that's the little person era of like you're not gonna be an actor, you're gonna be a character.
Yeah.
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 He led the
Yeah.
way.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. He opened up stuff for
Sorry,
Peter
but
Dinklage
there's
and
no
Deep
Ewoks
Roy
in this
and-
one.
Yeah, no, but
But in Harry Potter, I will say one thing that's cool is they utilize him as multiple professors.
Yeah.
Like
he was
any-
a couple characters in that one.
oh, that's
Yeah.
right, he was.
And he
yeah.
plays the majority of the goblins in Gringotts, like
Yep.
whenever they're doing close-ups.
That's
it's
why I
him usually.
recognized him. I'm like that
Yeah.
face. And
Yeah.
yeah.
He's the composer, he's a professor, and he's the goblin. So I'm like, that's cool,
Yeah.
right? Like, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's more than
So,
just
for sure.
a goblin.
For sure. And he gets to act. Like, as an actor, he's like, sweet. These are actual different roles.
In
Like,
fantastical, like, fantasy movies, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the
yeah,
biggest
yeah.
and the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
for
know,
sure.
Martin. What's your take on this film?
Ugh. Like the actual film, or
Yeah.
our
No,
our
not
film?
our amazing reboot that should be made. I mean,
No, the film was garbage. I had a hard time sitting through it. I had to come back a few times.
It's truly
to finish it.
I was getting angry because I couldn't get into it. I was like, I'm going to give you my attention, and I break.
For some reason, I thought it was better when I was a kid. I remember hearing about it when I was a kid, and people were like, "Oh, watch this new Leprechaun movie," and then I was like, "I don't know." But now, just watching as an adult, I was like, "This is." I wish I had that time back.
When I worked at Rogers, it was this and Geely were the two movies that we would recommend people that would come in with like less than 10 minutes before we closed.
That's hilarious. That's what they deserve.
Geely at least had nudity, some good nudity in it.
Yeah, that's fair. Like it had some for the girls, some for the guys. Leprechaun has nothing for anyone.
No.
But I would always have it ready to go. I'd be like, the only movie I have left to rent is this, and it'd be Leprechaun.
It's really hot right now.
VHS.
Would you just default to that? Like people would be like, "What do you recommend?" And you're like, "Leprechaun."
Always. And one guy would be like, "What the like?" They'd always be the same thing. Like, what?
Hey Charles.
Yeah.
If you give that to me, you best believe I'm getting charged the rewind fee.
Yeah.
Shit.
Also, it's ripped. The tape is just ripped for some reason here.
It's crumbled up.
Oh man, I remember the cover too. Like it was like the door open to the basement, and it's just his silhouette.
Yeah.
And you'd see a little bit of the grin and shit.
It's the poster on Tubi.
And then I think it's squares of the cast, like Jennifer Aniston's a little square.
Yeah.
Everybody's
face is at the bottom with the title underneath.
Yeah, man, they really
movie.
like tried to market the shit out of that too. I think because also Chucky. I don't know. They thought maybe like.
That's what I was thinking too. They were looking at Child's Play and like, oh, let's do Irish Child's Play.
Right. Like I think that was part of it.
And he already had red hair. You could have just used him again.
Oh my God, you're so right too.
Yep.
Yeah, they could have just done live action Chucky. They're like, what if the doll became real?
Or how about why have we never seen Chucky versus Leprechaun?
That'd be hilarious. I'd watch that.
Because there's no perfect world, Michael.
Oh, speaking of which,
no, because Don Mancini protects his project.
He does.
Dead by Daylight. Maybe we were wondering if that's what that's gonna like. Maybe they're getting the rights to a lot of these like franchise icons because that's
like
kind of what it is.
What exactly is the story?
Yeah, like it's a giant battle between horror icons that these like kids get thrown in the middle of or something.
Is
that what they're going with?
That's what it should be.
Because
right?
I have no idea how they could make.
Because I would love to watch that shit.
Like, how do you write a story around that?
I mean, how do you bring every horror character in the world like Sylvester Stallone did with every action character?
Fair enough.
Exactly that. Stallone
Multiverse, baby. Multiverse.
Yeah. Stallone is trying to make
the
best movie ever made, and who does he go get? Horror icon.
Because they have the rights to everybody.
Yeah, that's
except
what it
for
is.
Jason.
Yeah, I wonder. Well, and it's also going to be made by this new Blumhouse crossover. Like, what is it?
Oh, James Wan and Jason Blumhouse.
It's it's one of their first joint productions.
It's gonna be weird.
The rumor I heard is this is going to be the movie that makes the official announcement of them being like, "We are now one," because that's the rumor.
Sweet.
They're actually
I like
combining.
James Wan.
I think it's a cool idea, man. I think it's really awesome.
Horror's got its resurgence. Right? Horror's getting...
We're back, baby.
And what's smart is if for whatever
it's the
reason...
80s again for horror.
I saw Scream 6 and it was awesome.
Yeah, it was really good. If for whatever reason it doesn't work out too, they have individual studios. They can just go back to it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's really not a lot of risk here.
No.
A one and done
just reward.
To appetite us.
Yeah.
And then be like, do you want more?
Oh, and
give me more.
The new Evil Dead's getting incredible reviews
right now. It looks hauntingly scary.
It's a film, right?
It is. Yeah. It's a movie, yeah. And it's getting really... And apparently... Everyone was kind of confused, and like they're allowed to say it is canon, and it's like continuing.
I read a headline that said "Evil Dead is made by evil people."
Yeah,
like it's that
it looks
hard.
Fucked.
Yeah,
who's gonna watch it with me? Who's coming with
I'll
me?
totally do it.
All right,
I'm there,
we're doing it together.
Yeah. Claudia's down too. She loves it. Oh yeah.
I don't mind my Apple Watch telling me I'm having a heart attack.
Zoe will not see this with me.
It broke a production record too for blood.
Fuck
most
yeah!
buckets used.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I am
How many
so
liters?
scared. Like I'm genuine. Like I haven't. I'm so excited to feel fear in the movie theater again.
What really seems
and not live in Colorado.
So scary too is it's like a domestic side of Evil Dead that we haven't seen. Like, it's like very fucking nuts that it's like mom is infected with Evil Dead, and it's
what
like
can a mom do when
day
she's
in
infected?
that life.
Yeah.
Because 2013's was fucking scary.
Well,
too.
if you ask the question,
yeah.
What happens when the natural caregiver is infected with Evil Dead instead of just a random dude who we would assume would wreak havoc?
Right.
What happens to the mother, the caring instinct, right? And where does that go?
And they're doing practical effects, obviously. So
yes,
like
they are.
Similar to the 2013, like it's pretty cool. Like all the prosthetics and everything. Like it's very
I'm psyched.
Cool. Very, very cool. I'm excited.
Well, listener, you know we're excited, but this is also it's come to the end This is the end credits. We're gonna go home now. We're.
Dun, 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 dun. Or what's the Hulk theme?
I don't know.
At the Lou Ferrigno show when he's walking away.
I can play it right here. If you
Yeah.
want. But yeah, listener, thank you so much for tuning into another episode. If you are in the Vancouver or Winnipeg area, or for Laughs at Gaffs for that matter, in the Lockport and rural area of Manitoba, check out Jimmy and Martin's shows. Please, you can find them in the link in our bio, where you can learn to get to know us amazingly. Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. Subscribe to one of those 3 social media platforms. You'll always be in the know of what we're doing. You'll always see something that's going on. If you want to come to a show, do the trivia that we're doing. We've got a really great idea that I pitched Jimmy on yesterday that we're going to go walk in a landmark and hope they say yes on. I'll tell you guys about that post-show here. But that being said, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, The Reel Debaters Pod, REEL, Reel Debaters Pod on Twitter and Instagram, The Reel Debaters Podcast on Facebook, and Reel Debaters Podcast Shorts on YouTube, where you can see us and laugh at the dumb shit that we say. That is defined as the Debaterverse, and I am very happy to announce we now have a Canadian distributor for clothing.
Yeehaw.
So anybody in
Ooh.
Canada who likes the show,
Hey.
we get Canadian shipping prices. We don't get charged double duty. We're not getting dinged over the border for taxes. And it's like $5 to ship a T-shirt. It's so fucking cheap. So that'll be coming up very shortly. I'll let everybody know about that. Once it's up, it'll be a link on our website as well as our social media. I got nothing else for you. So I've been the Leprechaun to my right.
I've been a leprechaun.
And we've been brought to you by My Pillow today.
Now in Vancouver.
I have been just me. I don't know. I got nothing today.
All right, listener, everybody, say bye to him. Bye, listener.
Bye, listener.
Bye, listener.
Goodbye.
Bye,
Bye.
sister.
Watch all the movies, kids. See you next week.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies.